No, the guy that was behind Tom
It
Brady.
could be, yeah. Yeah. It could be.
What are the stipulations to that?
So my stipulations to that would be is how healthy is Cam for real? Is his foot
Right.
really good?
I think
Is he able
that's
to
everyone's
move around? Is he
question,
mobile?
right?
Like he used to be? Because when he was MVP, he wasn't just throwing touchdowns. He was scrambling 30, 40,
That was
50-yard
super Cam.
fucking plays.
Yeah,
Which is what made him a threat passing because you would think that shit, this nigga can run at any time. So
right.
if his foot is good, I think the position is his. If he comes in and he's still like maybe playing around, they're gonna still give it to old boy and maybe give him 2 or 3 games, and then they'll be like, Bill will be like, you know
Sure.
what, nah, Cam, let's go.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Right.
Okay. Do you have any other teams that Cam could go to? I mean, that Kaepernick
yeah.
could go to?
I got 3 more. Detroit.
In relief of Matt Stafford,
Yeah.
but not over Matt Stafford.
No.
Okay. I
But
agree.
Matt gets hurt. So to me, I feel
Yeah,
like
so like the idea is like he's got to go somewhere with like an injury-prone quarterback.
Matt gets
I
hurt
think that's his
often
best
enough.
choice. Yeah, I kind of agree. And here's the thing too: is like he could do. I think that's a good opportunity for him to get into a good system.
right.
Like go to an established team with an established quarterback that has like. I mean, Philadelphia.
I don't like the quarterback.
But I mean, they signed Jalen. They signed Jalen Hurts.
I don't like
so.
the head coach that just came from the Patriots. I really kind of don't. I think he's more.
Oh, Matt Patricia.
He's more of a cocky dude to me.
He's in the hot seat. This is last year. They've already told him straight
Right,
up, like, if you don't do anything this year, like, you're out of
To
here.
me, I feel like he had opportunities to do things, and he's been up.
He's a cool dude, though.
He's been up in most of his games, and they still lost them.
They can't close.
So it's like,
Yeah, I mean,
start
in
out
both
coaching
in
good,
both
but then-
games against Green Bay last year, they were up for the entirety of both games. Like, and they lost both of them. They were ahead in score for the entirety of both games and lost both games.
and that's where it sucked. Just like, well,
Which is nuts.
then do you blame the quarterback for losing that, the coach for losing that lead, or do you start to put it more on like your team for going
I think
out
it's
there
a little.
not
I think it's a little more complex than that. I think it's a little bit of both.
It has to be.
Yeah,
so that's
it
why I
has
said it has to
be.
be 50-50 in those situations. We can't
Well,
blame the coach or the players.
Detroit hasn't had a respectable defense for a while either. I feel like they've had a couple of guys, but they've even let those guys
But
walk out the door too.
the
I mean,
problem
that's
is
the Philadelphia Eagles. They
They've had
signed
offenses and
Slay.
they don't score though.
Yeah,
They've had offenses for sure. So I see him going to Detroit. Matt maybe gets hurt, or Matt just says, "Bro, I'm good. I'm gonna retire. I'm not gonna get
I
no
don't think he
fucking
retires.
ring." He's not gonna get no ring. So what he's gonna do? Go and get his fucking back broke again next season, like, or do some Romo shit, break his shoulder again, and then, you know, I see him retiring fairly soon. These last 2 teams that I have left, I think, are more so where he can really, really probably end up. I have the Jets.
Yeah, the
which,
Jets are trash. I feel very low on Sam Darnold as well. I
I
don't
feel like
think
he
he's
could
a good
start. He
quarterback.
could start over him immediately.
I think so too.
Le'Veon's still there. Not too bad.
I think he's on the way out of his career too. To be honest,
He's more so close to retiring, but
I feel
you
bad for the
bring
guy, though.
somebody, or nigga, I'm out of here. Like, you know,
yeah.
which is why I think Stafford's gonna be like, bro.
I think they would have already
you know,
gotten rid of him by now too, but he still owed like over $20 million in contract right now, so they can't get rid of him.
right. My last team that I think he would be fucking sick with. I would want him to go here if he went anywhere. Is New York Giants.
The Giants
I like him with the Giants. I think he could start over Jacobs, and they got Saquon. I think that would be nasty.
over Daniel Jones.
Jones, yeah. I think he start over Jones easily.
I don't think they'll do it.
Probably not, but I mean,
I'm not high on Daniel Jones either. I'm higher on him than I am Sam Darnold though.
we only gave Daniel Jones a little bit of credit because he came in with Eli was sucking, but
They also had a really bad offensive line too. They've actually improved their offensive line pretty well this
and
offseason.
Saquon was hurt and all kind of shit, you know. So I think Jones could still go a little hard, but I would like to see.
I think it's less likely than the Jets.
that he goes to the Giants.
Mhm.
I mean, I think my whole list is kind of unlikely, but I mean, there's some all right names in there.
Yeah, I think so too.
If I
Did you-
wanted him to really go somewhere, though,
Mhm.
of course, I really wouldn't pick the Giants because they're in my fucking division. But at least where I think he would excel and play good, I would have to say Atlanta. I'd have to say the Browns, and I'm gonna have to go with the Giants and the Jets. I mean, Washington, Oakland, Chicago, Arizona, But them other teams, I think he could actually go there and maybe make an impact on that shit. I think he could fuck with that.
I think he could. I think the Rams is.
Rams would be hard too, but they just paid Goff all that money. He's not going to start over Goff.
Unfortunately, they've screwed themselves in
Right,
that contract.
Goff would have to get hurt, bro.
Mhm.
You know, so I thought about them, but I was like, there's no way they just pay Goff all that money and then they're just gonna bench him and pay him all that bread.
Did you see that Colin Kaepernick signed a deal with Netflix for a 6-part docuseries?
Really?
Yeah, I think that's going to be really interesting.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, and so like the initial report was with Netflix, but like I saw something else recently where like he signed a deal with Disney too, to have a docuseries on ESPN. So I don't know if it's like the same series or like if he's doing like 2 separate projects or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean he's getting a lot of exposure. The tides have definitely turned like in the public opinion about him. So I mean I think even if he doesn't get signed, like he's gonna be chilling. But
the part that I hate, right, is, and this is what I'm saying, like, this shit ain't gonna happen over time, bro. It's gonna take fucking years upon years for this shit to even make sense. When Kaepernick kneeled, it was a huge fucking deal a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, it was fucking stupid though,
Now,
the way everybody acted about it.
It is not a big deal. And there are a bunch of players that are still gonna fucking do it, and it's all good.
Well, even coaches now.
And it's all good. But when Kaepernick did it a couple years ago, it was a problem. But now,
well, my big thing,
it's cool.
My big thing is I actually think they're going to bring
hell?
back. I think they're going to bring back the national anthem to the football league, because the whole reason why they stopped showing it to begin with was because of controversy around Colin Kaepernick and other players kneeling. But they've changed their tune to that like so much that I think they're going to bring it back. And even more so, I think they're going to really like.
bro,
I think they're going to do like a complete 180. Like they're not going to just bring the national anthem back. Like they're going to show everybody kneeling.
well, everybody
Like coaches
has
and everybody.
their opinion for that flag. If you want to kneel during it and you don't want to put your hand over your shoulder, you can do that. Like
I kind of agree. I've always been on the side of thinking that anybody was opposed to it. It was like really stupid
it is
argument.
stupid, but I mean,
And also like who gives a fuck? Like they're doing it for a good reason. Like why do you have to be an asshole about it? You know what I mean?
So if they were just
it has
kneeling
no
and saying,
impact
"Fuck
on you.
the
Just watch the
flag,"
fucking football game or go get a beer or some shit when the national anthem is on. Like if it hurts your feelings that much.
Is it that serious?
Like
guys?
shut the fuck up, dude. Like nobody cares.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. So I feel like
I'm just here to watch football. Like what are we doing, man?
I feel like it's actually fucked up because now
What's fucked up? Which part?
Kaepernick did is going to be allowed and it's going to be cool. But when he did it, they kicked him out of the league. They gave him a fine. Now nobody wants to fucking play him and all this shit. So now that it's cool again, he'll just be able to walk right back into somebody's team and play.
It is kind of weird.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it is very strange.
That's fucked up, man.
Without a doubt.
We gotta wait on their timing though, bro, not ours. We gotta wait till they're ready.
Oof. No comment, but you're kind of right.
Yeah, that's how this shit works.
Did you see that Myles Garrett got a new contract? That's fat as fuck.
I did, and he should have gotten one. And I hope they
should have extended him the day after he dented.
I hope they fattened that contract by him digging the shit out that dude's
Oh
forehead.
man, dude, I'm such a big Myles Garrett fan, dude. I would argue he's like one of the best players in the NFL. No, he is. I think that's unarguable. Huh?
Maybe top 5 in his position. He has to be top 5, top 3.
Dude,
He's fucking like up there, bro.
I think it's like him or like Aaron Donald.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
That's it. Like
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even think it's close.
And when people were like, "Oh, he's never gonna play again," I'm like, "Bro, that's
fucking
the
right.
best fucking dude in that position."
He didn't like
damn
drop
near.
an N bomb or anything. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, okay. To be fair, what he did was like completely insane, like unprecedented. Like you might not ever see that again. But
it was. But come on, bro.
I think we all knew he was going to be back.
With everything,
The moment they didn't extend his suspension into the following season, we all knew like he's going to be here.
This is why I knew he was going to be there regardless. With everything that's going on in the world, can you really believe that Rudolph probably didn't call him the N-word, bro?
Dude, I think it happened.
Can you really say that?
I think he did it.
Hell yeah, he did it, bro.
I mean, they've had so many reports of like, bro, you know, we studied the audio, we didn't hear anything, bro. And like the only thing that makes me kind of think he didn't say it. This is the only thing, dude, is that Mike Tomlin came out and vouched for Mason Rudolph, and like Mike Tomlin don't fuck with that shit, dude. Like Mike Tomlin, like
that's bullshit.
You think he's full of shit?
As fuck.
No way.
So let me give my
You think
reasoning.
Mike Tomlin would sell out like that?
Yes.
No way.
Okay, so I'll give my reasoning on why.
Your boy's got my respect. That would suck if that was a reality.
I'll give my reasoning on why I think he did.
But at the same time, on the other side,
bro,
I kind of think he said it. So I don't know.
Cleveland Browns had like fucking 9 or 10 sacks that fucking night. Like,
Yeah,
they were
and like
slaughtering him, bro.
Yeah, dude. And Miles Garrett had like 4 or 5 of them. He was eating that night,
Bro.
Yeah,
And then
it was
the
bad.
end of the game.
It's true.
Cleveland was
And
already winning.
the sack was like kind of unnecessary.
He didn't have to sack him.
No, he
but
didn't.
But he still came and said, "Bitch, I want number
That's Miles
3."
Garrett. Yeah, he doesn't turn
I
off.
feel like he got fucking mad. Like,
He
bro, you
could
didn't
have.
have to do that. You fucking like.
Woo!
Wow.
No, I didn't mean.
Hey, whoa, no, man. Yeah,
He hit his off switch, bro.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yo, boy.
He made Mason Rudolph look like a bitch in front of like national TV
dog.
too, bro.
You know what I'm more amazed of?
What's that?
His head did not split open.
Dude,
Because I know Miles slung that
could have been really bad.
so hard.
It could have been
should've
really
killed
bad.
that dude.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a gash.
No, he was straight.
Or nothing,
He was
bro.
good.
Like, oh my gosh, bro.
Oh yeah, Miles Garrett contract is 5 years, $125 million, and he's got $100 million in guarantees, and his signing bonus was 50 mil, and he's
deserves that.
he's the highest paid non-quarterback in the league now,
I'm cool with them getting
and
that.
I
I'm
think
cool
he's
with them
worth
getting
every
that.
penny. I'm curious
I do
though,
too.
like
I do too.
you feel good about paying like a defensive end that much?
Yeah,
I think he's worth it.
I do too.
Cool. All right, there's not really a conversation there.
I agree.
What do you think are some realistic expectations to have for Tom Brady and Phillip Rivers?
So I'm
Like
Phillip
they're two veteran quarterbacks that are on new teams now, similar to Tom Brady. I think there's a couple of similarities there, and I'm curious. Like, do you think I think the question is like, do you expect a similar outing as to what happened with Peyton Manning, or do you think it's going to be a little different?
For Tom Brady, yes, maybe.
So you think in potential? Well, I mean, he's got a squad, right?
Maybe. Tom
Like,
has a squad.
Mhm.
So did Jameis, but he couldn't see, whatever that means. But
Oh yeah, I forgot
It's
about
the same
Jameis.
team.
He's the future in New Orleans.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be the
And
next quarterback.
You know what's going to be crazy?
What's that?
He's going to. I'm calling it now.
Jameis Winston?
He's going to fucking wreck.
I think so too.
He's going to fucking wreck.
I don't know why,
He's
but
gonna
like
break, dog.
I think he's going to
He's
light it up in
going
New
to
Orleans.
go
I have absolutely
ham
no
in New
reason to
Orleans,
think he's
bro.
going to do this, but
I just feel it.
yeah,
He's
I think
gonna
so.
go
I think
fucking
so
ham.
too.
He's gonna go ham.
I guess Sean Payton's all you really need, right? But I mean, he had Bruce Arians too, and like
He's
BA,
gonna go
like
ham.
BA is a BA, like straight up.
I can see Tom Brady still going just as hard as he usually does.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Phillip is going to have another bad season, and then he'll decide that he.
I don't
just
think
needs-
there's any way he plays as bad as he did last season, though, right?
He has to retire now. He should have retired. To me, I think he's going to play just as bad as last season. I don't.
think he does.
With the Colts, I mean, who you got to throw to? Ty.
You got what's his name?
Ty.
Ty. Yeah,
That's it.
that's about it.
What else?
They got Pascal. He's. I mean, he's a guy. He's a guy.
Bro,
They have Naheem. They have Naheem Hines and Naheem Hines and fucking Marlon Mack out of the backfield. They're both really good receiving
Let me be
backs.
real. Did he have a better team with the Chargers, or does he have a better team now with Indiana? He had a better team with the Chargers. Bro.
He had a better receiving core.
That's all
with
he
the-
needs. He's not going to be handling the ball. He's going to be
No,
throwing it.
he has a better offensive line in Indianapolis.
All right, bro. So we're going to see
That's
that.
a big deal.
I say he's going to
And
be
I think with an aging quarterback, I think the offensive line becomes more important because their mobility decreases.
I think he'll be ass.
We're gonna find out.
No, I think Tom Brady will. I don't think Tom Brady will even win this division. I don't.
I don't either. I don't have them. I mean, that's a tough division, though, man.
But with all these new fucking changes and shit, 3 wild cards and all these, shit can get tricky. And
I got him making the playoffs.
I think he'll make it because they're
Spoiler
adding that extra
alert!
game.
We're gonna go over the NFC next week, but we're gonna talk about the AFC today.
They're adding that extra game. I think that helps get them in.
Oh, I forgot about the extra game.
I think that helps get them in.
Does the extra game start this year? I don't think the extra game
The
is
extra
until
game
later.
Starts later in the year, which is intense. Right. So I think that extra game gets him in. I think he makes it wild card though. I don't think he makes it.
No, they don't win. I think New Orleans wins their division straight up.
Well, and then he wild cards it.
Who's the other team down there? Carolina. Carolina's the other one.
They're not gonna do shit. I mean, Teddy.
Dude, I think
He good, man.
Teddy's my breakout
and
candidate this year,
McCaffrey,
bro.
fucking 99,
Dude,
bro, on
Darius-
Madden 21.
Darius Sanders, bro. He's a beast.
McCaffrey is a 99, bro.
Christian McCaffrey is an absolute animal.
He's a fucking 99 on Madden, bro. They 99'd him. I don't know if he deserves a 99, but I will not lie. He carried the fuck out of Carolina last year with no fucking cam.
Yep, right on his shoulders.
With
Carried
no
him all the
cam.
way.
He smashed. So I'll let him get his 99 this year. But next year, if he doesn't do anything similar, that should not fucking happen.
I mean, he got
That should not fucking happen.
got 2,000 yards, bro.
He did.
He joined the 2K
He
club.
got his 99, man.
2K, bro.
He got his 99.
2K club, bro.
I think that's legit. I think Christian does deserve a 99 this year.
He definitely earned it, without a doubt.
Let's see. Let's see what Teddy can do, I guess, and if it'll turn it around.
Well, and with the new head
pretty good
coach Matt
before
Rule
his
too.
leg
That's another
injury.
thing to consider. With their new head coach too, Matt Rule.
Which is I don't know. That's another thing with me. I mean,
I think
know.
Christian McCaffrey is still going to need to be the centerpiece of the team, at least for this season. Like with a new head coach and a new quarterback, and with all the bullshit going on with like the offseason and stuff because of Corona.
yeah.
I think they're still going to lean on Christian McCaffrey a lot, but I think he can still carry the load. But this time he's going to have Teddy Bridgewater, who I think has every opportunity he's had to show that he's a serviceable quarterback, he has shown out.
I can say he has done that.
Yeah, I don't think he's shown me no reason to think that he's not
Outside
going
of
to ball out in
injuries.
Carolina.
Outside of injuries, I could say that.
Right, and he's only had the one significant injury. Even before that, he had a pretty good injury history too, and it was a freak accident.
Yeah.
And he's made a full recovery. He's
been
back.
good.
I think he does well.
He's been good.
I think so.
And he got New Orleans wherever they got to when Drew broke his fucking thumb. So
Yeah.
definitely got to give props to that. Because he won 5 out of 6?
He won all of them. He was like 5-0.
Right?
5-0. Yeah.
That's yeah.
I mean, that's a good record. I mean,
he had a team, but I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like
Carolina's
he does
got a
not
squad
have
too,
team
though.
in Carolina.
they got a squad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be some interesting shit. That should be some interesting shit.
All right. Moving on. Jamal Adams just signed with Seattle. Did you see this?
Why did they have to get him for?
Did you see what they gave up for him?
No.
You didn't see it?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, so Seattle, they gave up 2021 and a 2022 first. So they gave up 2 firsts. And they gave up a third in 2021 along with Bradley McDougall. So Bradley McDougall, he's a young up-and-coming safety. He's actually pretty good in Seattle.
But did they really need a strong safety like that?
Okay. All right, we're back. We took a short break. It's a bit of a long episode. But I believe we left off with Jamal Adams just talking about what Seattle gave up for him and kind of how he felt about it. You were asking, like, why they would make that move. Like, why do that? Like, why put that kind of capital into a player like this? I think they just got the Earl Thomas back. And they still got Bobby Wagner. And they got the Griffin brothers. So I think they got a bit of a squad on defense now. However, this is a lot to give up. 2 firsts and a third. And a safety? I don't know, man. I think he's great, but I think it's too much.
I mean,
he could change your organization, though, but they're going to have to sign him to a long-term deal. That's the only way this is worth it. Which I think is the plan. I'm sure that we'll probably hear about an extension soon.
I would imagine so.
So, another thing that Jamal Adams has been referred to in regards to the Jets in New York is a headache. I saw somebody refer to him as a headache in an article recently. And I thought that was kind of ridiculous. I think Jamal Adams is one of the only people in the entire New York organization that actually wants to win games. Like, I feel really bad for anybody. Like, I'm glad Robbie Anderson got out of there because he's a talented receiver and he didn't need to be there anymore. Like, Jamal Adams is out, and I feel bad for Le'Veon because he's still stuck there too.
Exactly.
I think the Jets are a black hole of an organization, and until their owner is changed, I don't think any of that changes. Like, they got a bad owner, they got a bad head coach, they got a bad quarterback. None of it works.
Right.
And they had a couple of pieces, and all those pieces are gone. Now they got a couple of firsts to play with. You know, maybe swap out the head coach, maybe get a new owner, maybe you got a couple of firsts to play with. Maybe you can kind of turn things around, but if that doesn't happen, I don't think the Jets are relevant.
It sucks for them because they're in New York, so they have the bread to actually to do some good shit and ain't
For real though, and they're just not doing it.
Same as the Knicks, like it's just fucking. I don't know, it's shit's retarded, man. That's why
that's actually true though. The Knicks are actually in a very similar situation as far
all
as
that
like
money, bro, don't have
an
shit.
organization.
All that money don't have shit.
Yeah, it is very interesting. So I'm curious about how you think about this. It seems like more and more players that are on their rookie contracts are requesting extensions earlier than playing out their 4th or 5th year option.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really know how I feel about it, but
I feel like you be who you can afford to be. So like if you are a Jamal Adams or a Deshaun Watson or like, you know, somebody like that, then or even Myles Garrett, you know, you can request your extension early, but
right.
I feel like you are signing a contract, like, you know what I mean?
I feel like the NFLPA is what's causing this. Because there's an additional game added now. So then the practice rosters increase. And
team rosters are increasing.
Right, all that
too.
shit increases.
Yeah.
So now there are players that are saying like, bitch, I'm a little bit worth more money. Like, nigga, I ain't just no. So yeah, I feel like this caused that. Them adding that extra game causes all of this kind of shit. It's just like
I always think it's kind of ugly when it happens, and I never feel good about it when it's happening. But some of the guys that have been requesting extensions early, like I kind of don't disagree with.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you put in the work and it's substantial enough, yeah, for sure, we'll pay you. But keep up this work, or when this shit is over,
well, obviously,
you're gone,
I mean, that's the whole idea of the contract,
exactly.
you know. So that makes sense.
I mean, not necessarily. Some players be out here signing contracts not doing shit. So,
but they're probably not going to get re-signed though. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. Antonio Brown recently announced his retirement, and the moment he announced it, I knew from the very moment that he did that it wouldn't stay retired.
No,
I'm kind of over the whole thing at this point, but his retirement lasted all about like 48 hours, and now he's demanding that the NFL wrap up their probe so that he can try to come back to the NFL.
Exactly.
At this point, do you still think there's any chance anyone signs him?
Yep.
Even with him like announcing his retirement and then like bouncing back again?
Yep. And this is only because, to me,
I mean, he's great.
I'm gonna be honest.
Really good.
To me, if he comes back, he's the number 1 wide receiver right now in the league.
You still think he's number 1? Because I mean, I agree with you. As long as when he was in the league, he was number 1 for me, like unquestionably.
When he came back and played a little bit for New England, he looked number 1.
He did look good. I agree.
Came back and got a touchdown.
And he's still staying in shape too.
He looks like a beast. I would still have him number 1 in the league as far as wide receivers go right now. And I think that if I had to do a list on him, I'd probably have every team.
Do you think that he serves any kind of suspension due to conduct detrimental to the NFL?
I think they'll give him some kind of like Tom Brady, little slap on the hand.
Like 4 games?
4 or 5 games. You don't get to play these. You know, maybe preseason doesn't count, which I'm thinking they're going to scrap.
Preseason's not happening anyway.
They're going to scrap it anyway, like you said. So, I see him doing maybe a 3 to 5 game suspension. 5 is a little on the hard side, but now that everything is blown,
because the suspension reason will be conduct detrimental to the league, so
and everything's blown.
I feel like it's a little negotiable in regards to like how severe it is.
Right.
I feel like they're also still waiting for like his case to be wrapped up too, though, because like the allegations against him are still open.
Right. But I mean,
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't think he did anything.
They're gonna come back as not shit. So.
Yeah, probably.
They'll hit him with something minor. It won't be super huge, I don't think. I'll say maybe 3 games.
What about did you see that Josh Gordon wants to go back to Seattle?
So I don't think he'll go back and end up in Seattle.
Well, he already filed for reinstatement too, and I mean, I think it's almost guaranteed he's going to come back, along with like Martavis Bryant too. Like, I think he'll be coming back to the league as well.
I'm pretty sure he'll be back. Which is another thing that I liked. They increased their usage.
Yeah, the amount that could be in your system is what allows you to stay. However, did you know that the fines are still the same though?
Fines are still the same, but
that's fucked though.
This is why it's not fucked, because the players don't get suspended no more.
Yeah, but you're still getting fined.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
I mean, the point is we give you a higher level, so we're saying you can still do some. If you go over that, then eat this fine, but we won't say you can't fucking play.
Oh, so are they not fined if they're within the limit? Is that how it works?
They changed the limit from 35 to 150 nanograms, which you'd have to look more into it, but
sure. We're not experts.
It's a way bigger amount of smoking 1 blunt, and I can smoke 4, or something stupid. Sure. It's going to relate to that. But the cool thing I like is even if players do it anyway.
Yeah.
All the players, I'm sure, test positive for that shit anyway, which is why they're upping it.
Probably.
The good thing is even if you up over it, they don't suspend you now. You can still fucking play, but you have to pay a fine.
Right.
Which I think is cool. And players like Gordon would have been perfectly fine in the league. Because he was wrong.
He was. I think he was the best player in the league.
I was gonna say he could almost be the best
like
wide
Antonio
receiver.
Brown. Yeah,
he has
he's
to be top
good.
3 for sure.
He's a freak of nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you feel about Odell Beckham Jr.? He did you see that he dyed his hair again?
That's my boy.
Back to blonde, the way he used to be.
That's my boy.
I know dyeing your hair may seem like something simple, but I think this is him trying to. He's trying to reset his mindset back to the way he used to be. Yeah, like I think he's bringing the dog in himself back out again, which was a little. I think if he can kind of combine like the way he used to be, like with the way that he was last year, I think like he'll be aggressive and he'll be strong and like he's going to be a big boy, but without the drama, without the bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean he's in Cleveland. Not much trouble to get into down there. So.
Right. So I'm actually kind of excited for this. I'm kind of excited for Odell to kind of put his game face back on and like go out there. Only thing is that Baker Mayfield's his quarterback.
Exactly.
It could result in some drama. You know what I mean? Like if Baker Mayfield throws a couple of bad passes, like is OBJ kind of,
or if Baker doesn't throw him the ball at all.
Right, that was actually a big issue for a while, right? Like he was getting like no targets, and everyone's
you're not even throwing on the ball,
right,
bro.
right,
like,
which is fucked. Because
at least on 1-on-1s, let the guy go up.
I agree.
Come on, bro.
I mean, to be fair though, I mean you could say the same about Jarvis Landry too. I think he wins his 1-on-1s too.
Like,
they're both so talented.
You have too many people, bro, to not be scoring touchdowns.
Right, OBJ needs to get his touches though. I feel like it's kind of like,
bro,
it's kind of like in Houston, they had a couple of guys, but make sure you get DeAndre Hopkins his touches. You know what I mean?
At least
just make sure he gets his touches. Like
your main wide receiver, like 5 to 10 times a game, even if they're getting doubled the whole time, bro. You gotta at least try to get him in, bro. You know, like that. Yeah, that's stupid. But yeah, I agree with you for sure on that. Yeah, for sure.
Do you think Tom Brady or Bill Belichick gets more wins this season?
I'm gonna have to honestly be for real and say Tom is gonna get some more.
I think so too.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, Belichick will still go at least 500 or maybe something like that.
If Belichick gets more wins with Cam Newton or Jared Stidham than Tom Brady does in Tampa, how do you think that affects Tom Brady's legacy?
It doesn't.
It doesn't?
Nope.
Okay.
Because all you'd really think about legacy-wise, you could look at it as a whole.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's got the hardware, right?
Right.
So, like,
when he was with New England, what they do. So why would you expect anybody else to come in and do any differently if they're going to be better?
I feel. Okay. So, I'm just curious.
Yeah. That's actually a good question, though. That's badass. But doesn't diminish my legacy for him to me at all.
I think he'd have to be... I think even if he plays his body into the ground, I don't think it's going to matter.
He'd have to go like fucking...
Like, looking back at him in history, I think, like... Well, we just won't talk about his last couple of years.
He'd have to go like 2-15 or 3-14, like for me to be like,
yeah, that'd be pretty nuts.
Fucking are trash.
Yeah, I feel that.
If he goes anywhere close to 500, then he's still straight.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the Pats, I don't know if any of our listeners remember this little thing that happened last season where they caught the New England Patriots like recording like sidelines and stuff for calls and shit.
They got the
which is some more like shady bullshit going on with that organization.
Tic Tac.
They are officially being punished by the league for it, but it's
weak as fuck.
Yeah, it's only a $1.1 million fine and a third-round pick. A third-round pick.
From the third round?
Yeah, and the New England Patriots are known for having the most draft picks every season anyways. So, like, it's not even a slap on the wrist. It's like
garbage.
Nothing. Yeah.
I think the only thing that's beneficial out of that is that their team can't record nowhere. That's it.
Yeah, I think it's at least good to recognize that they did it. It's still official, you know what I mean? So if anything happens like this again, it'll probably be a much more substantial punishment.
But it's not going to happen again, though.
I don't think so.
There you go.
So whatever, right?
Why give this little bullshit-ass punishment knowing they're not going to do it again?
I kind of want to talk about the new uniforms in the NFL.
I think they're fucking fire, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Whose uniforms do you think are fire?
I saw... But let me go back and see because
I'll start off. I'll start off with mine.
I can tell you right now. I know for sure you don't like the Rams.
No, Rams are the lowest. I actually think they have some of the ugliest uniforms in the NFL.
I think they're sick as fuck.
I couldn't disagree more. I think the Rams uniforms are so terrible. They're so ugly. Like that bone white color that they had to get the league to approve to be their jerseys. Like, not only is it a terrible color, but you had to go out of your way to get approval to use the color. Like, come on, dude. You had so many chances to not use it, and it's so ugly. I'm so not into it.
I think Rams go hard, man. Cleveland still pretty much look the same. Tampa looks the same.
Yeah, Colts look the same too.
Colts look the same. Titans,
two of the most
legit.
two of the most radical changes that we're seeing as far as uniforms go are with the Chargers in Atlanta, and I'm actually a really big fan of both of them. I know a lot of people made fun of Atlanta, saying that they looked like they had Mean Machine jerseys, like from The Longest Yard, but I like them. I think the gradient color is really cool, and I think the red pants are pretty sweet. And I mean, every iteration of the Chargers uniform looks sick, bro.
Which team are you looking at right now? The Chargers?
Yeah, the Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. All their uniforms are sick.
All of Chargers uniforms.
They're all nice. Raw. Yeah, for the Chargers, all of them look nice.
They look raw. I won't lie to you on that. I think Chargers could be possibly my favorite ones, but I like the color blue, so
I think most people do.
Necessarily fair.
Yeah.
Atlanta's jerseys. I mean, it's real easy to make black and red.
Yeah, it always looks clean.
So it's not
right. It's kind of hard to mess up, but they still look clean though. Regardless, they look good.
They still look clean. And
then the rest of them are kind of like whatever. I mean, the new Patriots uniforms look kind of cool, but whatever. Who cares?
I mean, yeah, right. I mean, Cam's wearing them, so nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, who cares?
I mean, the Vikings look all right. I mean, there's scenes of Cleveland's all oranges. There's decent. Now, Cleveland's all blacks look legit.
Yeah, I agree.
They have the all blacks with like a little bit of orange on the side, but it's mainly that looks. I mean, they pretty much look good for the most part. Pittsburgh, I know, is coming with it. They already have weird ones. Green Bay has weird ones, but
well, we're only talking new uniforms, uniforms in general.
Yeah, my new ones is gonna have to be.
I like the Chargers.
I'm gonna have to probably go with Chargers, bro, or the Rams. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people actually hate the Rams jerseys, but
rightfully so. They're ugly.
I think they look pretty sick. Every fucking team in the league is gonna get a new jersey, bro.
Eventually. But
so
changes like that to an organization, especially in the NFL,
I don't think it's too hard if you have a sponsor. It's not too hard.
I mean, it's not that it's hard. It's just that like it's tradition. Like you don't want to change your shit if you don't have to.
Yeah, but every team technically has like 8 fucking different jerseys. So what is?
Well, right, but that's also. I feel like that's all. That also supports not changing it though. You could just make a new alternate or something. You know what I mean?
Nah, they should redo them. Okay. I think everybody in the league should redo all of their uniforms, how they pop.
I don't know. It's kind of a case by case. I mean, you get your throwback days, but like I feel like a lot of like what people love about the NFL is the tradition and just the legacy of the teams and stuff. I mean, like I said, you get your throwbacks.
Lately. Huh? They've been going out of traditions lately in the NFL.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're not wrong.
We're trending differently now.
Yeah, I respect that.
So fuck. They might as well just make everybody shit new. So, yeah.
I feel. All right. Well, moving on. I thought it would be fun for us to do like our way too early playoff predictions, considering that this is going to be the first year with 7 teams from each conference.
All right, so we're going AFC, our top 7, right?
Right. So because we're trying to save a little bit of time, like this is already a really long episode. We're only going to do AFC this week. We're going to do NFC next week.
My shit's nutty. I'm gonna go 1 through 7. My shit is very nutty.
All right. So do you want to lead off?
I can.
Okay. Well, one thing I would like to say before we get started is that the Baltimore Ravens are favored to win every single game this season. They have the easiest schedule in the entire NFL.
So I didn't pick them 1.
They're not my number 1 either, but they're tied for the first seed.
I'll put them 2.
Yeah, they're my 2 seed as well.
And I almost put them 3, but I will explain why.
Okay, go ahead. Let me hear.
So I have KC. I think they're going to be number 1.
Okay.
I got Baltimore 2.
Do you have like win-loss?
I don't.
Okay. All right, go on.
But I could do win-losses right now.
Okay.
If I'm going Kansas City, 17 games, I'm going to say they'll probably go, I'm going to say 13-4, 14-3, some shit like that. If not, maybe 15-2. KC is a little harder to kind of dictate because they squatted up right now. So they could even go 16-1. Honestly, everybody else, to be realistic, KC is a little bit more harder for me. I do have Baltimore second. I think they'll be somewhere around 13-4, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a tricky one. I have Pittsburgh third. If Ben comes back healthy,
okay,
this will change, of course, if he doesn't. But if he comes back and plays, I could see Baltimore somewhere around a 12-5 type of record.
Okay.
Then I have Houston. I see them around maybe 10-7, 11-6.
Mm-hmm.
I have Buffalo, New England, and then Tennessee. So I have New England way at the bottom. And then I have Tennessee at the very bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
the way I picked it.
Yeah.
The only other thing that at first I had Houston a little higher, and I had Pittsburgh a little higher, but then I was shitting on Baltimore, so I didn't want to do. I'm not gonna do that to my boy L. Jack, you know,
sure,
because he went in last year. So
I think that'll continue to.
I think that maybe my bottom three could change. My bottom three teams are Buffalo, New England, Tennessee. That order could change because I have Tennessee last, New England second to last, and Buffalo, of course, fifth. Now, maybe New England can squeeze up, and Pittsburgh will be lower. Now, again, if Ben does not play, Pittsburgh is last to me. And then I would reorganize my own shit.
Sure.
But I'm going off for now saying Ben said he's coming back 2020.
Yeah.
He should be good. So I'm going off of what Ben said.
Okay.
If Ben's there, I actually had Pittsburgh fucking 2. To be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's my list. I got Kansas City as the 1 seed, but I have them tying with Baltimore. I could be wrong, but I think it's a 16 game season this year. I think 17 games is later. I could be wrong, but I think it's just 16 games this year.
I think they implemented it, bro.
I could be wrong, but this is. I went over the schedules and I actually I picked my teams in order through 1 through 7, and then I also did a win-loss and included who I think each team is going to lose to.
Oh, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, okay. So I actually have what the win-loss for each team is going to be, along with what losses are going to occur for which team. So my number 1 seed right now is Kansas City. I have them going 13-3. They could win, or plus or minus 1 or 2 games. I have them losing at Baltimore. I have them losing at Buffalo, and I have them losing at New Orleans.
You have Kansas City losing to Baltimore, Buffalo,
and New Orleans.
The
game is at New Orleans. Yeah, these are all away games, so it's in Baltimore, in Buffalo, and in New Orleans. And they also played Denver like really early in the season. And I know anyone going to Denver early in the season because of the height elevation, Denver is like sneaky scary early in the year.
It's different.
Well, they're kind of sneaky scary always. Going to Denver is always hard for teams.
For anybody.
Right. So that's them. I actually think Kansas City might lose at least one more game now that their right guard has opted out for the year.
I think
we'll see. But they'll probably be okay. Like I said, it's a guard, not a tackle. They're still valuable, but he's still a starter. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I know Kansas City's offensive line depth is actually pretty good, so they might be okay. Then I got Baltimore, also going 13-3 with losses at Philly, at Pittsburgh, and at Cincinnati. I only say at Cincinnati because that's assuming Joe Burrow pops off. And I think they're going to split because they're in the same division and they always play like really hard. So I actually think that's a real chance. I think Cincy beat them last year too. No, or was that Tennessee? I think Tennessee beat them last year.
And where do you have them?
13-3.
Cincy?
Oh, Cincy. No, I didn't do Cincy. They're not making the playoffs. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't.
So you have Cincy beating them though.
Yeah. I think they split. Okay, I have Tennessee here in the 3rd seed. I have them winning the AFC South. So I got Kansas City winning their division, Baltimore winning their division, and then I got Tennessee winning their division. I have them going 10-6 or 10-5-1. The only reason why I have them tying a game is because Detroit always seems to have a tie every year. And I think if Detroit's going to tie anybody, I think Tennessee would make a lot of sense.
Tennessee 3.
Yeah, I think Tennessee is 3.
What?
Yeah, I think very highly of Tennessee. I think they finally recognize how they need to use Derrick Henry, and I think.
You think Tannehill was that secret?
I've been a Tannehill fan since he played in Miami, bro. I think he's always been talented, but a lot like Kenyon Drake, they've just played for a really trash organization this whole time, so they haven't had an opportunity to flourish. And I mean, now that he's in Tennessee, he's having the opportunity to show out, and I think it's going to be good. So. I have Tennessee going 10-5-1, tying with Detroit. I see them losing to Denver in Week 1. I see them losing versus Chicago at home. I see them losing at Baltimore. I see them splitting with Indy and Houston, and then losing to Green Bay.
Of course, you see them losing to Green Bay.
Of course,
I see them beating Green Bay.
I mean, they could.
I just fucking.
I do have Buffalo winning their division. First team that I have them losing to is to Miami in Week 2. They're going to be at Miami. And I think a cold Buffalo team going to Miami in Week 2 is going to be rough. I think that's rough for a lot of teams, even Southern teams as well. I got them losing to Kansas City. That's at home. I got them losing at home to Seattle. I got them losing at San Francisco. I have them losing at Denver, and I have them splitting with New England.
Not bad.
Like, that seems fair, right?
Yeah.
I got Pittsburgh in the 5th seed, assuming that Big Ben is healthy. I have them also going 10-6. But I don't have them higher because Baltimore's going 13-3. I don't see Pittsburgh beating out Baltimore for the 1st seed. For winning their division. I just don't.
If Ben is healthy, bro,
I don't think so.
Lamar can sit his ass down.
I don't think so.
That's no disrespect to Lamar.
That's a lot of disrespect to Lamar. It's dead
that's
ass.
disrespect to Ben. Nigga, what you talking about?
Who's he throwing to other than Juju?
It don't matter.
Nobody. Fucking nobody.
He'll eat with Juju. He ate with Antonio Brown for a long time. What you mean?
And Juju Smith-Schuster is not Antonio Brown.
What?
He's not.
He's not, but he can be if he has a right quarterback throwing to him.
Maybe.
Bro.
It might be a little bit of recency bias. I'll be the first to admit that I'm wrong.
Yes.
Let it be known.
Yes.
It is July 26th.
Bro.
It is July 26th, 2020.
I don't know. If Ben comes back, bro, he's going to utilize his team. He won't need, like, I got to go to the, like, bro. And their quarterback's solid. I mean, not the quarterback. Their running back is solid now.
James Conner. Is he still there?
Yeah.
He's not bad.
He's not bad.
He's not Le'Veon, though.
He's not Le'Veon.
I feel like this.
You don't need
I feel like this team is like
Ben doesn't
like
need
the junior varsity of what Pittsburgh used to be.
It's not fair. I'll give you that. But
right,
Ben having Juju.
But dude, think about Baltimore though. They're better at every single position.
No, not really.
Yeah,
but we can say that
they got better tight ends. They got better running backs. They got better wide receivers.
Lamar's better than Ben at this point in their careers. Right. That's all we can say.
And that's all we're talking about.
But Lamar don't have all the skills Ben has.
He doesn't have to.
Ben can't scramble.
Yeah, Ben can barely move.
That's all Lamar can do better than Ben.
Right, but he does it so much better that the rest is irrelevant.
Not necessarily because Ben does other shit better than Lamar way better.
Yeah,
so it evens it out.
But he doesn't have as many pieces. Like, Lamar has the pieces to make up for his shortcomings.
Like
Ben Roethlisberger has to make shit happen.
Like who? I'll give him Ingram.
Yeah, Mark Ingram, Hollywood Brown. He's got, and then both of his tight ends are like some of the best tight ends in the entire league.
Yeah, but he don't throw to his tight ends.
He only throws to his tight ends.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna have to become is he really gonna become a tight end quarterback?
Yeah, that's what he was last year. All he did was run and throw to his tight ends.
But now, so again, bro, when players get this full year of this is how you play, this is what you do.
We'll see.
They come back. You know who else sucked their second year after they were cold as fuck their first year?
Who's that?
Kaepernick. Because he only threw to certain people and can scramble. When they figured out, you can scramble, we got a quarterback spot.
It's like Cam Newton.
We got a quarterback. Right, and then you're shut the fuck down. Lamar, we got to see how next year plays out because not everybody knows he can break for 80 yards like a running back, but he's faster.
The thing is, though,
he can't really throw.
Everyone knew that this past season too, though. Like nobody could stop him.
Nobody did know that. What people heard about was, there's this black quarterback that can run fast. That goes back into these Black Lives Matter shit, bro. Like it's just the whole thing. Nobody's going to believe in black quarterbacks being able to excel in NFL for another couple years, bro. We talking about the same topic, bro. It's not a thing now. But now you see Lamar hooping. You see Mahomes hooping. It ain't like these names that are coming up with the best quarterbacks. These dudes ain't white no more. These dudes black.
Until Trevor Lawrence.
It's fucking crazy, bro.
Until Trevor Lawrence, bro.
And it's tripping people out. So now, hopefully next year, right, we get like Jameis Winston joins that bunch. Teddy Bridgewater joins that bunch.
Teddy Bridgewater, I think, joins this year.
Black dudes, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be crazy, bro.
Well, that's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I got them losing at Tennessee.
The disrespect.
I got them losing at home against Philly. I got them losing at home against Baltimore. I have them losing. I'm sorry, no. I got them losing at Baltimore. I got them losing at Dallas, at Buffalo, and then I have them splitting with Cincy as well.
This is a healthy Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah. I'm low on Pittsburgh, bro. I put them at the 5 seed. They're 10-6. I don't think that's that low. How good do you think they're going to do?
That's not necessarily that. Bro, I have Pittsburgh almost number 2. I have them 3 on my shit.
No way.
If Ben is healthy, bro.
No.
Bro, Deshaun not going harder. My boy in Buffalo not going harder. This is Cam Newton's first year, and we don't even know if he's going to start
Dude,
yet.
what you need to... we're not talking about quarterback rank here. We're talking about the teams as a whole.
Okay, so let me break something down to you. What if Cam Newton don't even start? How is New England that high on your list if Cam doesn't start?
You haven't heard where I put New England yet.
Yes, you just said all your stuff. You said them all. Yeah.
No, I'm on the 5th seed. And I haven't
No.
said anything about New England yet.
All right, come on, man. I could have sworn I heard you say
No.
New England.
No,
was-
I definitely do not have New England over Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you
Coming
have
at me with that
KC,
bullshit.
Baltimore, Buffalo, and Tennessee over Pittsburgh.
Yes. Which
All
is
right.
fair.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, moving on.
Yeah.
My 6th seed is Denver. I have them going 10-6. But they lose a strength of schedule tiebreaker, so Pittsburgh would get the 5 seed over them. I have them losing at Tampa. I have them losing at New England. I have them losing at home against Kansas City, at home against New Orleans. I have them losing at Kansas City, and like a wild card loss, I have them losing to the Chargers.
Your losses aren't bad. Those are all teams that are gonna beat.
They're going to be good.
Yeah, they're
But
gonna
I
be-
think Denver's going to be really good this year too.
I gotta see Denver. I'm that may be my sleeper team, but for right now, I gotta see old boy come out and really. I need to see Locke.
Drew
come
Locke's
out and
going to
really
pop
go
off.
hard.
He's going to do good
I
this
gotta
year.
see Locke come out and go hard.
He will.
Now he did pop
hmm
a little bit, but I gotta see.
And
I
then
gotta see.
for the 7th seed, I have New England. But
Right.
but I have them tied with Houston. New England wins the strength of schedule though.
Why do you think Houston's so low? Because D Hop is gone.
D Hop and Bill O'Brien's lack of commitment to just coaching.
Bro, Houston will.
Dude, and I love Deshaun Watson, bro.
bro.
No, dude, I don't think they make it. I have them going 9-7, which is not a bad record. But I have them tying with New England. New England has the hardest schedule in the NFL this year. So they win the tiebreaker.
That's fucked.
I agree.
That's fucked.
I have New England losing at Seattle, at Kansas City, at home against San Francisco.
Right.
I have them splitting with Baltimore. I have them losing.
Nah, okay.
Yeah, I have them losing. Yeah, I have them splitting with Buffalo. I have them losing at home against Baltimore. I have them losing at Houston, and I have them splitting with Miami because they always seem to lose at Miami. So
No. Tom Brady lost to Miami.
that's a good point. But that's what I have.
So I don't know. I felt a little disrespectful putting Cam 6 out of 7 on my list. Because he said he was going to come and he's done with the humble shit. He's going to come out and he's just going to...
He needs to show it.
Look, I'll be honest. I actually thought Cam was good until he started really just getting hurt a lot. So,
I mean, yeah, that's how that goes usually.
the thing was a lot of other people didn't. They said he was garbage from the get-go, and I don't think he was. So, Cam could surprise me, and he could be 2 or 3 on this list. I actually wanted to put New
disagree.
England a lot higher,
I don't think he'll do that well.
but I don't think he's going to start. That's why I put him so low.
That's
And
so nuts
And
for
I think Ben is going to start. So
You
I
know,
put
you
him
know
so
what I
high.
think is funny? You're like high on Cam Newton, but like you don't think he's going to earn the starting position, and I think he's going to win the starting position, but I'm not that high on him.
So I'm not worried about Cam's skill. I'm worried about Bill Belichick. Like, if you have Tom Brady, which we can almost consider maybe the GOAT of the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
if you're having problems with him, bro, come on now.
Who's he going to throw to?
I mean,
They have no receivers.
so exactly. So if you're the GOAT and you say, bro, I have nobody to throw to, hook me.
Here's
Like, bro,
the difference though. Cam
bro.
Newton can scramble. Tom Brady could never do that. So the thing is that if you have to respect Cam Newton's ability to scramble, that could allow one of your lesser wide receiver options to get a little bit of extra time, and just that could be enough for what it takes to get an open pass.
A little bit, but the difference is Cam's been in the league long enough now that people know that he can scramble now. So that's something
We don't know that.
is getting scouted.
He's had some time off. I almost feel like this is like a soft reboot for him.
Fuck no, bro. If Cam came back on New England, I'd be like, okay, so the first thing we're looking at is we know Cam can throw a little bit. Do not let him scramble. We quarterback spying the whole game.
I mean, that's the way they've always had to play him anyway.
Quarterback spying the whole game.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense. It's appropriate.
we'll just trust that
But that's one
can
less
throw.
guy you got to worry about
he can
in
throw.
coverage, is what I'm saying. So they got to. So and
That's
like
true,
that one
man,
guy that's
but-
running the quarterback sky, that's one guy you got to worry about in run coverage.
When have we ever seen Cam Newton throw to slot receivers, though? That's the
He's
system
not gonna
of
have a
New
choice.
England, bro.
He's not gonna have a choice.
Exactly. So I don't know, bro. Fuck. I don't know. That shit is scary.
All right. Well, that's my top 7.
Yeah,
I got
that's my
Kansas City,
7.
Baltimore,
Yeah. I like
Tennessee, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Denver, and New England.
Holy shit. I mean, at least we got Casey in Baltimore.
I think most people kind of have that.
Fucking,
yeah, that's why when you were going over your list, I was like, "Wow, like that's crazy. A lot different from what I have."
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah,
that shit's
all right.
Super.
So,
crazy.
I mean, we kind of touched on this a little bit. We don't need to talk about it for too long, but I think it's really interesting with Mike McCarthy going to Dallas. Like the Dak Prescott situation is very interesting. I do think. I know Dak's brother also came out after he signed the franchise tag saying that he doesn't think he's going to be a Dallas Cowboys fan for much longer, and that's coming from Dak Prescott's brother.
Because he knows his
implying that Dak's not going to be there much longer. Yeah,
exactly.
And they've already paid everybody else, and Dak hasn't shown that he's worth it. And like,
exactly.
he was already asking for like $35 million, and now Patrick Mahomes is getting like $45 annual,
and now he want more.
He's not getting more than Patrick Mahomes. And I think every single person can go, you're not Patrick Mahomes. So I think Dak Prescott could try to meet in the middle. Like, hey, I was asking for 35. Patrick Mahomes got 45. I want 40.
No.
He's not getting it. It won't happen.
Now, matter of fact, that Mahomes got 40. You take this 30, 32.
Yeah.
Take this 30, 32.
I even think that's a little high, dude. Like, Dak Prescott's not a good quarterback. Well, he's not a bad quarterback. I wouldn't want him running my team.
Bro, I got
at least not. Okay, here's the thing. You always got to give the benefit of doubt, right? Bro. He doesn't work in Dallas. He could work somewhere else, maybe, but he's not working in Dallas. But Dallas has got a squad too. He's got a good offensive line. He's got receivers, and he's got Ezekiel Elliott.
And you got a defense.
That defense is solid. Fuck? It's true though.
You have everything, bro.
It's kind of like Baker Mayfield, and bro. I mean, I'm not comparing. I mean, I guess I kind of am comparing the two.
In a way, it is.
They got a squad on defense, and he's got pieces everywhere, and they're not winning.
You gotta be more than a 500 team with a team like that.
To be fair, though, there's actually a lot of similarities you can draw between Cleveland and Dallas.
So many, bro.
They both got new head coaches too, and that could make a difference. Better. I would say so too. I think he's better than Baker Mayfield.
It's the same shit. The only problem I have is
I also think Mike McCarthy's probably going to be a better head coach than Steven Stefanski.
I don't feel like that's going to make Dak better.
Huh?
My point is, I don't feel like getting Mike McCarthy is going to make Dak this like, oh, he's going to break out.
It could.
No.
It could.
It couldn't. You couldn't even manage Aaron Rodgers, who was already a fucking GOAT. You didn't even have to really do shit other than let the man do what he wanted to on the field, and he couldn't do that.
I think Dak, he's going to get less opposition from Dak.
Bro. Right. But he should. You know why?
Because Dak ain't shit.
Exactly. So
dude, Dallas fans are gonna hate us so much.
Bro,
look, we're in San Antonio. We gotta deal with a lot of fucking like shit Dallas Cowboys fans.
Bro.
So like, take the hate with like a little bit of a grain of salt. Give us a little bit of slack. But
we
like,
keep
fuck
it real
that,
though.
Dude.
Dallas is good as fuck. Their offense is good as fuck. Their defense is good as fuck.
They're a squad, bro.
I just have ammo to talk shit because
here's the thing too, man. Like I acknowledge that they're extremely talented at so many positions. It just and that's kind of I feel like that's what makes it more glaring. Is like it keeps coming back to Dak. You're like you try to look at other reasons why they're not performing, and they got dogs everywhere, bro. Like it's nuts. It's not even me like hating on Dak. It's almost just I'm just being observant. You know what I mean? Like what I'm seeing on tape is just not compelling to me.
You say it's the coach. You say it's the owner.
Well, I mean, let's be. I mean,
stop. No,
the clapper was definitely not.
Bro,
come on,
bro. I cannot have.
But here's the thing. Dak Prescott's out of excuses if he doesn't play well this year.
I can't have coaching conversations with you because what's gonna happen is he's gonna suck again next year. So then we're going to blame it on McCarthy? Knowing that McCarthy's not really good.
What did I just say? Dak Prescott's out of excuses if he doesn't perform next season.
He's been out of excuses. What do you mean?
Well, they chose Dak over the head coach, so he's out of excuses at this point.
Bro.
He's on a franchise tag. He's on a proven deal.
I'm not about to say Jason Garrett has been garbage because if Jason Garrett out of nowhere takes his Giants team and go hard, then what are people going to be saying? Nothing, bro. So then it's going to go back to the same one person. Dak, bro, you're fucking garbage, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I feel like the Giants about to be good as fuck. I'm sorry, Saquon's back and healthy. Even if Daniel is trash and he has nobody to throw to, Saquon's still.
He's got receivers out there. In
Saquon
New York,
is still great, bro. About 100 a game.
Saquon could carry that team the way like Christian McCaffrey's carried
exactly.
the Carolina Panthers.
Saquon will break at least 100 yards a game, bro. Like I don't see how that's on that.
That's not even a hot take.
And that's like. A small amount. It probably could be a little bit more than that. That's 100 yards a game. I can see Saquon getting close
scrimmage
to every game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think scrimmage is. Easily. I think that's fair. Yeah,
easily. Yep.
I think so too.
Yeah, he's done. He's really good.
Yeah, okay, we kind of talked about that already. Do you think the Patrick Mahomes deal is like a good deal?
No. I know.
Why do you feel that way?
Mahomes should have got more money. I do.
You think he should have gotten more money than the most lucrative contract in sports history?
So he went about what, 520, 450 for
something like
something
it's like
that?
it's like 12 years, like 500 mil, like 505 or 502 or something.
I think he should have pushed more to like 550. I do.
What do you think it's gonna take from him in regards to like accomplishments for that contract to be worth the investment?
He needs to win like 2 more rings.
You think just 2?
And they need to. So it depends on how he does it. If he wins 2 throughout the next fucking years, it's garbage. He needs to win at least 2 within like 4
5
years or 5 years.
Yeah.
Then
at that point they're like, all right, like we got a couple of dubs.
We
like,
know we got rings. Our quarterback is fire.
Hell yeah.
So now, can we still keep the Sammys? Can we still keep the Tyreeks? Can we still keep the Kettles? Because once you start getting them years in, and he's getting paid all that bread,
you mean Travis Kelce?
Right, the Kelce.
You said George Kittle.
Oh, the Kittles.
Yeah.
Well, the
well, you're not wrong. He's in the same company
he's
for
still
sure.
on that level,
Yeah.
but I think he got paid not enough. But also, if he don't win right away, like in these next...
How quickly do you think the media might be to try to turn on him, like, if he doesn't win a Super Bowl, like, say, in 5 years? Like, do you think they'll be starting to try to call the contract a bust?
It depends on how his record turns out.
I respect that.
If he goes less
than 500... Like, if they get some pass interference bullshit in the playoffs or something, like, they might give him some slack.
In, like, the next maybe 3 or 4 years, he's going to look ass. If he goes 500...
Yeah. Let's be real, though. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just curious.
He'll be... 600, 650 plus.
They're probably going to make the playoffs like every year for the next, like, they're going to be like Green Bay was when they went to the playoffs like 8 years straight.
I can see his win percentage 65% plus.
Yeah, I think so.
For the next couple years. So the thing is, it's going to start depending on how he's losing if he doesn't win the Super Bowl now.
It's true, though. Because that is important.
I do see in the next 3 years him getting one more, though. Especially maybe next year.
They could go back to back.
But
especially with Corona too, like when you're dealing with like shortened off seasons,
it's different.
Like the teams that were already successful, like they're gonna stay successful. Like that's just the way it is.
Right. And so the only team that the couple teams that I think could really fuck with them and really maybe beat them. If I have to be honest, bro,
I think Baltimore could stand a chance.
I have Baltimore, Seattle, and 49ers. That's probably it. Like
their squad, bro.
That's it.
Somebody, yeah.
I mean, I don't really see anybody else really like. If you play Kansas City right now for the Super Bowl, you got to win. You can win. I don't see it. I just see like them 3 teams.
I saw this conversation. I don't remember where I saw it, but it was like on TV. It was on like another sports show, and I thought it was a really interesting topic because I'm a big Deshaun Watson fan. I saw the topic and they asked if Deshaun Watson played for Kansas City, do you think he'd be just as successful? And I thought that was really interesting. I think he would be, bro. I really do.
So,
and that really makes you question, like,
it does make
that's an interesting angle to look at.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Why?
Patrick Mahomes' heater, bro, is way sicker than Watson. I'm sorry.
You mean his fastball?
Yeah. I'm talking about like Mahomes could be running away from pressure, get hit kind of, and still throw that bitch like 70 yards.
Okay.
That's That's very hard to do. Bro,
I do think they have extremely similar skill sets though, and I think they could both be extremely successful in the same system.
You saw that video that came out for him? It almost looks like it's an RPO, right? He just hikes it, but it's like a dude just on the side. He hikes it, bro, takes like 2 steps, and zips it like behind the back, bro, without even...
Oh, is this from like training camp or some shit?
Straight, bro, this shit happened like 2 or 3 days ago.
I missed this. That sounds cool. Bro. I know he does a lot of like behind the back passes, like in training and stuff. Like
and it looks almost like an RPO, like the receiver just drops back. Bro, behind the back, bro, not even looking like straight on fucking point, bro, like a fucking like.
They probably practice that like so much.
Can you imagine?
How, dude? I would flip the fuck out. Yeah, it's like 4th down, 4th and 2 or some shit, and you just got some guy out there and just.
Bro, he hikes it, bro, and he's looking this way, but he goes behind the back.
That'd be pretty nuts,
on
bro.
On perfect accuracy with a helmet on to a person right there and scores. That's stupid, bro.
Yeah.
He's on like a different level.
He is.
That's why I say
He's in a company of his own.
I just don't respect his contract because it should have been maybe 25, 30 mil more.
It's still a fat stack, though. We're always a fan of people getting paid.
Not when you break it down over the years. Not really.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing I wanted to consider. How long until you think it's worth a good deal, like financially? Because the cap is always increasing, you know what I mean?
I would stop somewhere around like maybe 5 or 6 years. I think he went too far.
Well, that's actually what a lot of people are thinking anyways. Like, a lot of people are like, yeah, it's a 10-year deal, but they're probably going to renegotiate.
Yeah,
like,
so he's going to look dumb at a point in time because the salaries at some point in time will increase.
Right.
And he'll be able to make like way more money for a season than he signed for. So then he's just going to be stuck. But I mean, the good part about it is he just kept his options open to where I'm going to be good. Just get me good people and we'll win. So, I mean, he freed up some money for some other people to get it, but he could have pushed for another $20 million, bro, for 12 years. Come on, bro, you're only asking for almost like an extra 1.5, maybe 1.6 or 7 mil. That's not too much, bro.
I feel
you're getting a hell amount.
All right, all right. Well, I think we should move on. I got a couple more things about the NFL we want to talk about, but we'll push them to next week. We can talk about them next week. It's not that important. Let's move on to NBA.
Yo.
How do you feel about the NBA like coming back? Like, how do you feel about I feel like for the most part we're going to talk about like kind of exclusively the 22 teams.
Yeah.
That are in the bubble.
It's great.
How did you feel about those teams beforehand, and how do you feel about them now?
Well, the 22 teams they invited.
Obviously, we don't have to go over all of them. Just a couple of teams that you
for the general. Some of them are whack because main players decided not to come, and they just wanted to chill. So
yeah, i.e. Kyrie Irving,
right? Shit like that. Now, for the most part, it's gonna be fucking raw, bro. The scrimmages have already been intense. They're just scrimmages, though.
Yeah, so the way I feel about I haven't been watching them live, but I have been watching the highlights for the scrimmage games.
They're pretty sick, man.
I feel they're okay. Watching them, I actually feel a lot like I'm watching the Olympics, like Olympic basketball.
That's kind of what it is. Bro.
Yeah, that's very much the vibe that I'm getting, but I feel like that's kind of a good thing. Like I feel like that means they're doing it right. Like it's a consumable product. I can watch it. I can feel good about it. However, I do have one. Not criticism, I guess. I feel like the commentators feel a very strong weight on their shoulders that they need to fill in like every single second with them talking, and I just don't think it's necessary. And it's kind of ruining the games for me a little bit. I'm like, dude, just like shut up for like 10 seconds. Like we're watching the game. Like,
and this is what I was telling you. It's gonna be fucking garbage because
like I feel like if the commentators were to, like to kind of just let them play a little bit more and just let the product be the product, then I actually think it would enhance the experience.
I think they're not doing that because now they don't have that extra. The fans are in the background.
Well, here's the thing: they're supposed to be pumping crowd noise into the games too, along with music and everything else. And no, here's the thing though: some of the games have done it though, but it's been like inconsistent.
Right.
Like some of the games don't have a lot of noise, and the other ones do. So I was watching some of the games, and I was like, this is a freaking snooze fest, man. Like I felt like I wanted to fall asleep.
It was kind of.
But then like other games, like I saw like the Lakers playing somebody. They were playing the Magic. Yeah, they were playing the Magic, and like it was like loud as fuck, and it was like hype, and I was like, this is a lot better. I can actually dig this. So I'm thinking they might ramp it up for the playoffs. Is probably what's going to happen.
They're trying to make a system where virtual fans.
I saw that. Yeah, with the
right
with the screens.
Right.
Yeah, with the team with the fans in the stands.
That is kind of okay, but
I don't think
I would never pay a ticket for no fucking virtual shit.
No,
when I can just watch it on TV and get hype at home by myself. Like, what the shit? I have said it from the get-go, bro. When they said they're gonna bring all these sports back, they're not gonna be fans, bro. There won't be any fans, and to me, I think it's gonna be whack as fuck. It'll still be okay, but the hype factor and all those things.
Well, I feel like that also kind of translates like into the game itself too, because a lot of these players they play off adrenaline. You know, like the crowd is there. Like,
exactly,
it's a big deal.
Exactly,
and it pumps you up, and like you're ready, and like you want to go hard. And I feel like it's just a little more difficult to get excited about a game when there's no people there.
That's why it's only going to be beneficial for certain teams that
That's true. Like the teams that are already like really good, like they'll just go out and ball out.
Clippers, Lakers, and like there are certain teams that don't need like fans and shit. 76ers, right? Embiid's their best player.
he's really big on energy. Yeah, that's true. Well, he puts on a show. He's a show.
Right.
He's not just a player. He's a show.
People like
and when
him,
he's on, he's on. But when he's off, like he's
right.
not. He's not like he's not the same player.
Right. Giannis, he'll be fine. Like he just like he'll still drop.
Yeah,
40
Giannis
fucking
will
10 and,
be fine,
whatever.
without
But
a doubt.
Another thing I was looking at, bro. They're playing these scrimmage games now.
Mm-hmm.
Before they get to the playoffs, because these games they don't really count, but in a way they kind of do.
Mm.
They have a play-in tournament that they initiated into this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a 9th seed team and you're within,
they're gonna have y'all have a bracket elimination, right?
There's
like y'all play for the spot,
right?
Dude,
so
I like that a lot.
It's if you're like the 9th seed,
sure,
you either have to the 8th seed has to win one game first, or the 9th seed has to win 2 games first.
Okay.
But I guess they make it to where...
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah.
So I think they're going to make it where the 9th seed will play one game first to see if they win or not.
Sure.
Then let the 8th seed play theirs, see if they win or not. And then it's going to be... So technically it can fucking interchange, bro.
Sure.
That's going to be fire as fuck.
I kind of like that. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, that's going to be legit.
That sounds sick.
Yeah.
I wanted to give a shout out to Lou Williams for telling the NBA to go fuck themselves in their bubble and... Going to a strip
give
club.
Blue a shot for that.
My guy.
Strip club, ass and titties.
Oh my god.
Bring them
Come
here.
on, my guy. Come on, man.
I got some personal matters to handle.
Yeah, right.
I'll be back to like in 2 days.
Nobody call the hotline.
Don't hit me up. But I just let this other dude post me and we at the strip
right.
club. What's good?
Dead ass though. Like, come on, bro. Like,
he
come
gotta
on.
be more comfortable, man. He gotta be more.
Okay, so yeah, I had to do that. I had to give you boys a shout out.
That's funny as fuck. He did do that shit.
Okay, so we the MSNBC Sports, they released a power ranking for the 22 teams, and I kind of wanted to go over it a little bit. There's a couple of things here that I thought was really interesting. Bottom of the barrel, unfortunately, we have the Spurs. Suns, Wizards, Nets, Kings, Magic, Pelicans, and the Grizzlies. That goes up to 14. I don't think the Suns are that low. I don't think they're the 21 seed.
And they're going to lose.
You think the Suns are... You think they're out?
Yeah, very first round, whoever they end up playing is going to be...
But like, you think they get in, though?
Maybe. So, the teams that are on the outside that can possibly make it is Phoenix...
I think you think the Pelicans are going to get in.
The Spurs.
You actually think the Spurs can get in?
The Spurs could, depending on how everybody shit happens.
Sure.
Sacramento and
Portland?
Sacramento.
You think the Kings can get in?
Yeah, they're all right there. Pelicans are right there.
Sure.
Everybody's within like fucking 4
Well, no,
games.
do you actually think that, though? Or is that just a possible... Well, I'm asking what you think is going to happen.
Based on the scrimmage, bro, with no fans and shit, teams are actually playing way fucking better and different. Like
it is weird. Magic, it's like the dynamic. Yeah, the Magic actually looked really good. Like they gave the Lakers a run for their money, bro.
Of course, they're sending out like their main players most of the game,
right.
But for the most part, I think it's going to be different, bro.
I think so too. I think not having the fans there, it actually changes things up a little bit.
Yeah, for
yeah, I agree.
For sure.
All right, and then next up, like we got like the Blazers, the Thunder, the Mavs, the Pacers, the Nugs, Jazz, Heat, Sixers.
They're all in.
I think the Mavericks are a little too low, and the Nuggets too, and the Jazz.
What, in the power rankings?
Yeah.
Let me see. And you doing power rankings on what?
This is the NBC power rankings.
NBC power rankings. Let me look. Let me take a look. What are they ranked?
In the order that I listed them. So starting at 14, Blazers, 13, Thunder, Mavericks 12, Pacers 11. I think the Pacers are too high. I like Oladipo, but he's like
way too fucking high.
I don't know how they have the Pacers at 11.
They have been looking really good in scrimmages, though.
Have they? I mean, Oladipo's an animal, but I feel like he's like the only guy they got, right? I mean, I'm a little uneducated, but
yeah, he hasn't even been wrecking. Like,
so do they have some guys out there?
And they don't even have Sabonis, who's not playing, and like, and they, bro, they look pretty good, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the Heat are a little too low. I actually feel really good about them winning the whole thing. They're at 8.
Where are they at?
8. They got the Sixers, the Rockets, the Celtics, the Raptors, the Bucks, the Lakers, and the Clippers above them.
Who's above them?
All the teams are just listed. I'm just fucking with you.
Asshole.
I think they're better than the Sixers, and I think they're better than the Rockets. I think they could even be better than the Celtics.
No.
Dude, the Heat. I feel like the Heat could beat anybody.
I say that they're probably better than the 76ers, but I can't say better than the Celtics or.
You're really high on the Rockets, right?
I'm not.
No. The way you've talked about him, you sound like you're really high on him.
Is probably could be considered like a Allen Iverson or like a Jordan. Shoots a lot, scores a lot,
right?
But he never wins. So
especially in the playoffs,
it diminishes that. Now he has Westbrook this year, which could change a lot of shit. And if we're just regular basketball, bro, it'd be all right. But we're in this bubble, so
shit's weird,
bro. I'm telling you, bro, all that shit is different.
Right.
So Houston could pop off.
Okay.
I think Denver could too, though.
I don't know why the Nuggets are so low.
I mean, I saw Jokic. He still almost looked just as big, even though they say he had that transformation.
Mm-hmm.
He looked a little bit more slim, but he still looked just as big. But
Bobo
took that over.
All right, so moving up a little bit, we have Celtics at 5, we have Raptors at 4, Bucks at 3, Lakers at 2, Clippers at 1.
The Raptors are way too high.
I kind of think so too, but they've also been looking really good in scrimmages too. Siakam is. No, I've been talking about him for a while. He's really good.
Raptors are number 1 or 2 every year in the East, and they do nothing. They get obliterated.
That is a good point, though.
They got Kawhi that 1 year. Whoop-de-doo. He left back to ass.
How do you feel about the Clippers being listed above the Lakers? I know you're a Lakers guy, so
I'm gonna let it go because the Clippers are more stacked. Like Clippers have like almost
they're
a whole
stacked
second
as fuck.
unit.
Like
bench.
they do. The Lakers they got like a big couple of guys, but like
that's it.
It seems like the depth for the Clippers is like the whole roster almost.
Bro,
like they can put anybody out there.
They
and
have
they'll be all right.
no lie, like 8 or 9 players that could start.
Yeah,
so like
you're so good.
other,
and not to mention they've got like 3 of the best defensive players like in the league on their team, which is insane.
They made some really good moves that I'm a little.
I think so too.
I'm a little nervous about.
Okay, how do you think it affects Kawhi's legacy if he wins this year with the Clippers?
It would affect it because he'd be the first player
to win with 3 teams.
Yeah, but
that's historic shit.
But this is what I hate because people don't pay attention. LeBron would be the first person to do that, and LeBron came to the Lakers last year.
That's true. You're absolutely right.
So nobody says it about LeBron doing it. All it is if Kawhi does this, he'd be the first. What about LeBron though? LeBron could do it.
Well, I don't. You're
exactly.
Not wrong. You're absolutely right.
It's that bullshit, bro. It's just so. I mean, if Kawhi does it before LeBron, of course I'm gonna be salty because I feel like LeBron was gonna be the first person to do it. I feel like LeBron still has a better chance, bro. I just do.
So you like the Lakers?
Clippers are more stacked, but I know at the end of the day, LeBron will just play the whole fucking game, like if he has to.
I'm hyped for the playoffs.
And LeBron will drop like 40, 15, and fucking 18 or some shit, like in a game over and over again.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I think this rest has been good for LeBron. He looks fresh as fuck.
Yeah.
He's out there.
And
he's going hard.
I like the gray. People fucking hate it. He got gray on the outside.
Yeah,
now.
I saw that. I like it too.
People are like, what the fuck? You look old, bro. He's only 35.
He is old.
He's only 35.
I mean, for the NBA, he is old.
Well, because he's been there since.
No, but
18.
I like that though. I like that he embraces it. Like I like it when players do that.
Think about it. In 5 years, if you knew your beard was gonna fucking just gray up like you were fucking like 50, would that be cool? Fuck no.
I wouldn't give a shit.
I would give a shit. I better not. I mean, I already got a couple, but bro, if my shit look like LeBron, that's my boy, man. That's my boy, man.
I don't know. It's your body. You can't control it, you know.
I mean, I know he goes through a lot of stressful shit, so I mean,
for real. His life is probably extremely stressful.
That's what causes grades, right? So
Well, we did mention this earlier. Just want to reiterate: all players have tested negative for COVID, minus possibly fucking Lou Williams.
Lou Willie, boy.
He might be the odd man out.
They brought Westbrook back in that bitch quick.
Talk about the 6-man out,
Westbrook should have still been in quarantine. He fucking.
How long was he in?
Yesterday.
I know he was confirmed.
I don't know,
for
dude.
it.
They just confirmed him like maybe a couple weeks back, but I thought that was quick as fuck when he was scrimmaging yesterday. I was like, "Whoa,
yeah, he did come back
already."
Yeah, but I know they retested him. They said he's good, so I don't know. They could be full of shit though.
Every day, man.
I know they. I know that for the initial bubble request, they sent out a 113-page rule book for like players in the bubble. One of which I thought was really interesting. They stated that doubles ping pong is restricted, and that only singles ping pong can be played. And I thought that was very similar to like the no jersey exchanges for players
Bro,
in the
I'm about to go and
NFL.
sweat up against this dude in a game tomorrow.
We all can't play doubles ping pong. You keep that shit to yourself.
Damn.
Y'all can post up on each other and rub up on each other and shit. But if I catch y'all playing doubles ping pong, I will not. It will not happen here.
Exactly.
I don't know stuff. I think that's funny. Stuff like that's funny. The Timberwolves are for sale. I don't know if you saw that.
Nobody
And
cares.
I think it's very interesting that they're for sale because I feel like this is the best the Timberwolves have been in a long time.
They could be because they got D'Angelo Russell with Cat now. So
Right. And fucking Ja Morant.
John Morant's from Memphis, but
Oh, my bad.
I mean,
You get it. This is the best they've been in a long
They
time.
picked up D'Angelo Russell, which is not a bad move, but I don't see nobody having interest into buying them right now because
Well, I mean, they already have buyers.
they're in a rebuild though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think they gut the team and then try to rebuild entirely, or do you think they try to build around Russell and Cat?
They're probably gonna, if they were smart, they'd go around them too.
I
those
think
two
that's the best way that
would
they
be sick
achieve
because
success.
Cat's more like a stretch 5.
Mhm.
He can come out hit like some threes all day. So
I agree.
their best bet would be keeping them two, which I don't think they'll be able to keep D'Angelo. They'll keep like Cat.
Well, they
He's
have
been
to.
there
Cat's the guy out there.
That's their
Yeah.
main dude.
Right.
He'll be like the new KG that stayed there for fucking years.
Shit, with a shit team.
For not winning,
Yeah.
you know, and then either Cat will get tired of it, or he'll
Yeah.
just say, "I'm just cool playing in the NBA." Right?
Sure, I feel-
D'Angelo won't do that. D'Angelo will end up on one of the teams where, when they get ready to make a playoff push and they can add people to the shit,
Sure.
he'll get snatched.
like a Phoenix.
Right, he'll get snatched by somebody.
Okay.
They were saying Devin Booker might be out of there.
No way.
I looked at a couple of since the bubble has
Is
started.
his contract coming up?
There's like 5 trades that they said were intense. They said Oladipo can go to Dallas.
For what?
Giannis could go to Miami.
Were these like hot
Um,
takes?
No,
Were these just like
almost
insane trades we'd
they
like
were
to
legit
see?
because there'll be cap space that ends up being created and all kind of shit within these like certain 5 teams. It was pretty legit.
If
dude.
the Phoenix Suns lose Devin Booker,
I can't remember where he would have went, bro. But
dude, if I was a Phoenix fan,
Oh,
I'd be
man.
so fucking mad.
where they said
It's
he
like the
was,
Spurs losing Kawhi, bro. I think it's more detrimental than that, though.
Yeah,
Devin
because
Booker's
Devin
like
liked
the
it.
guy.
Y'all already
It'd be
knew
like
Kawhi
if
was
we
like,
lost.
fuck-
It'd be like if the Spurs
fuck it
lost
out here.
Kawhi and like we didn't have Ginobili, Duncan, and
Right,
Porter. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that would be
they got
nuts.
Andre Ayton, but Ayton ain't about to carry that shit like that.
Not like Devin Booker.
Nah,
Devin Booker's putting up
nah.
60, bro, and he doesn't give a fuck.
These are facts.
Facts.
These are facts.
FACTS, my guy.
Yeah.
100%.
Or FACTZ.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Facts as fuck.
All right, so they do have an anonymous tip hotline now for players that are breaking the bubble, and reports are that Chris Paul is reporting a bunch of people, and it's like kind of like an ongoing joke.
Well, it sucks because he's supposed to. Because he's the head of the.
Did you see their conversation about it though?
No.
Did you see that Shaq and Barkley were having to talk about it,
What about?
about how they feel about it?
What do
and
they feel?
They both kind of agreed that like you don't snitch on other players.
Yeah, but they're also not the fucking head of the fucking NBA. Like
It's true though. I
Chris
feel
Paul
like
is
this
the
goes higher
face
than
of
that.
shit.
But I do think it sucks to be a snitch, like in any circumstance.
Bro,
but Chris
so-
Paul might just be concerned for his health. I don't know.
It's Corona.
It is Corona, and
Like,
I think that's.
bro.
I think it does make things different.
The
But I wanted. This is actually a different reaction from what I was expecting. I thought you were going to be all in on like the don't snitch.
So
Like,
the only reason why I'm
yeah.
not in on the don't snitch is because Chris Paul has been head of the NBA for a long time. So I know there's a slew of shit that he never mentioned or said nothing about that was fucked.
True.
He has to talk about this, bro. This is a fucking.
He's
health
like, I can't
issue.
not say shit about this. Like,
So, bro, this is the thing.
Mhm.
Think about this shit, right? They're in a bubble.
yeah,
What if players start testing fucking positive in that bubble?
yeah, and everything could just
Do
stop
they
again.
fucking relocate people?
No.
Do the playoffs even happen now? Bro,
Dude,
he has to do that,
we
bro.
can't have that happen. You're
He
not
ha-
wrong. Yeah, it's
he
like
has
yeah,
to do that.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. Like,
Now, snitches still get stitches, though. I mean, he might still get hemmed up a little bit. Like, bro, why you being a bitch? Like, bro, like, but
Yeah.
he kind of got to, bro.
I feel. Yeah, as we mentioned before, Oladipo's back. He initially reported that he
Yeah.
wasn't going to be coming back, but he did come back and he's
Playing
balling
like a
out,
bitch.
which is cool.
He's playing like a bitch, but it's all right for now.
At least he's playing,
I mean,
not like Kyrie or KD.
They're only playing like the main players 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
They started off like their 10-minute quarters. They're not even the full like.
yeah. They're like condensed. They're like condensed
they're
games,
gonna
right?
Build it up
Yeah,
as
yeah.
it goes, so
And then,
I mean,
we all know about Rajon Rondo hurting his
Bitch.
hand, Huh?
He's a bitch.
You think he's a bitch?
Yeah, as fuck.
I mean, you need your thumb to play basketball.
He always gets hurt though. He's been fucking
I
hurt.
feel. Well, J.R. Smith is there filling in for him now.
And he's rocked. Rajon got rocked.
How so?
Oh, bro, he's rocked.
Oh, he's jacked, you mean?
Oh, as fuck, bro.
JR?
Rondo.
Okay, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. He's not playing.
Exactly.
Like, so who gives a shit? Yeah.
Bro, he came back looking so, bro, like, fuck. It looked like he was going to be able to take some contact.
Sure.
You break your fucking thumb in practice, bitch.
He came back looking like Dwight Howard, right? Like,
yeah, bro,
coming back looking like a big boy.
Bro.
Yeah.
And then get fucking hurt with a fuck you, bitch. The cool thing is, the playoffs start right like August 18th, 20th.
Oh, so it's just like potentially within like his recovery
4
time?
to 6 weeks, right? As long as the Lakers make it through like the first round, he'll probably be back like second or third.
I didn't consider that. That's pretty good then.
But still, we still want you to run up and down and get these reps in.
Yeah,
bro.
it's true though. Yeah, and that actually kind of brings me to my next point. I wanted to talk about like NBA body transformations, like about like how a lot of players. It seems like a lot of players, like particularly in the NBA, came back like heavier and out of shape, or like hella in shape. Yeah. And I kind of figured you had a lot to talk about this, so I didn't look into it a whole lot. But I just kind of wanted you to kind of tell us about some of the players to look at. I know Nikola Jokic was
for me
one of the big guys that lost some weight, and he's like yoked now.
Now in his uniform,
Jokic, get it?
He looked a little slimmer.
Yeah. How's his endurance look? That was always the main concern. Well, I guess you can't really tell, right?
Because he's not playing full minutes. Right. Now, what I can tell you, though, this shit is fucking trippy, bro. Denver is running him at fucking point guard.
Yeah, they were saying that. Bro, he's like not playing. He's not, yeah.
He's fucking running fucking point guard.
How do you feel about that?
I gotta see how it plays out, bro. Because even though they're putting him at point guard, when he dribbles the ball down, the center's just gonna come up and guard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's not like he's gonna really be at a mismatch.
Sure.
Now the only thing is,
but they could create mixed matches.
It pulls the big man out of the paint.
That makes a lot of sense. So
it's kind of badass. Now they also have Bol,
and he's been popping off, right? You're like hype about it,
bro. He got slept on so fucking hard, bro, because he got injured in college,
right? He did get drafted though, right?
44.
Yeah.
44.
He's like one of the last guys.
Fucking slept him, bro.
Who got him?
It's fucking hooping.
He was traded, wasn't he? Oh no, so he was drafted by Denver.
So they got Jokic starting. They have Bobo fucking starting at the center position. Who's taller, bro?
Well, I feel dude. I feel that way about Denver. They got Porzingis and Boban Marjanovic. I'm like, what if you have both of them out there at the same time?
It looks sick. It looks sick.
Yeah.
It looks sick. I don't know how I feel about it just yet because I think they're doing it in the scrimmage time to maybe see how it works. So we'll see.
Because this is basically preseason, right? So they might just be fucking around. Right.
So Marc Gasol, I think, was the biggest transformation.
I heard big things about him.
He looks
like he shed a bunch of weight, right?
He looks like Paul.
Weird.
Small.
Because Paul's like tiny.
Paul was little. Mark was the thicker one.
Yeah, he was built
like Paul Small now.
Is that good? I feel like part of like his size kind of made Mark better.
Toronto played. He did not play. So I don't know if they're gonna wait a couple games.
See, that's the thing that sucks. We don't really know until like and then like even when we get to like the games before the playoffs, I feel like we still don't even know anything then.
Outside of them two, those are my biggest ones. Rondo had a transformation in a way, but he's hurt.
Not relevant. Yeah, but I know you were talking about
Carmelo's my biggest one.
Oh yeah, he's like thin now, right?
A lot of people try to say like
because he was kind of fat
or small Melo. I'll call him Mellow Light. I like that.
Okay,
he's slim as fuck, bro.
Sure.
He does not look nowhere near how he used to. Even in his uniform, he looks like fucking little, bro.
Well, I know you were talking about Zion. Because Zion, like I was like big on Zion when he was coming into the NBA. Right. You were concerned about injury.
His weight.
Right. His weight causing knee injuries.
But he left the bubble for a family emergency. He just returned like yesterday. So we have not got to see him play in their 2 first scrimmage games, which they fucking killed their opponents.
Even without
I'm scared about New Orleans right now.
Oh, so you think the Pelicans might be able to pop off?
They might come up and take the 8th out of everybody.
Well, I think that's what a lot of people were anticipating.
Now, Morant's not a bitch. So I gotta give Ja Morant some credit on Memphis.
Ja Morant is my
he's
guy,
not just
dude.
about to lose that 8 spot, bro.
No way.
Like,
no way.
So
The Grizzlies got a squad.
yeah, it's gonna be between, I think, Pelicans and Memphis making.
I think that's fair.
Spot.
Yeah, I think that's very
I don't
fair.
See Sacramento or Spurs or nah.
I don't either, unfortunately.
I don't. I mean, now I'm from San Antonio. It'd be cool. You know, y'all make it to the playoffs.
I just think it'd be
and
cool
shit,
so that they can like make their 22-year streak of going to the playoffs.
Not
I
gonna
mean, they
happen,
still
though.
tied the all-time record, so
Yeah.
like I guess I'll take it. But you know,
Not gonna happen though. And
Nah.
Greg will retire after this shit. Greg ain't fucking around with this bubble shit after all this. He's done.
yeah,
I already
this
felt
could
like he
be
was gonna
enough.
retire.
Who do you
Like,
think fills in for
This
him?
is Becky. I think that
I hope it's Becky, dude.
I
I
don't.
want her to fill in
I
so
don't.
bad.
I don't.
Why? She's a great coach.
I'm not sexist or nothing. Let me throw that out there right now for all of our
Okay,
listeners.
everyone
I'm
listen
not
to this.
sexist,
Everyone
but
listen.
There's certain things that we gotta warm up to and we gotta wait for. Tim Duncan.
Oh yeah, you were saying before
Tim
that
Duncan can take it. I feel like
you think Duncan gets it. I mean, if he gets it, like I mean, that'd be really cool. But
I feel like
I feel like Becky might feel a little
This is the thing,
disrespected
bro.
by that, though.
we had our opportunity already to start letting women come in and do some shit. His legacy was so huge, he can't just leave it to.
So
a female coach like
you're
that. I'm sorry.
worried about Becky
I'm sorry.
Hammond not being able to live up to the legacy that is Greg Popovich.
She needs to be there a couple more years and mentor more on the guy side. She played basketball, but on the women's side, that shit is two
Well,
different.
didn't
type
she
of
also
ballgame.
coach the WNBA too? Didn't she also coach
No,
the
she
WNBA?
played. And then after she played, then she came to NBA to start helping coach with the Spurs.
Oh,
So
I thought she was a coach.
I'm okay with the notion of having a female president or having a female head coach and all this
Do
shit,
you
but
think?
we
I'm
gotta
sorry.
work there.
Do you think? I don't even think Tim Duncan wants to be that coach.
He's a head coach now. Well, not really, but technically, when Greg misses games,
Do you
he's the
think
head.
he wants to, or do you think it's like a respect thing for Pop? Like if Pop retires, do you think Duncan's like, all right, like I'll do this?
I think that
Because I know
Tim-
he's been seen multiple times. Like I don't really want to do that.
I think that Tim came back to do it
that would be so cool.
because Tim had been out for a minute. We didn't even.
Yeah,
know what
he
the
was
fuck
gone
Tim
for a
doing.
few years.
Then
He came back with
now
a
he's
with a
coach.
do, man.
You know, now he's an interim coach, whatever they want to
Sure.
fucking.
Yeah.
assistant
Well, he's like a
coach.
positions coach.
You know what I'm saying?
But like he just works with everybody.
He's not going to stay an assistant coach, man. I mean, we've seen a lot of players retire and come back and be head coaches. Now, he may suck. He may be good. I don't know if he's going to put himself in that position, but I would take Tim over Becky at least for a year or two. Let her warm
So
up a
you
little
think
bit
Becky
more.
could still get it?
I think Becky could still be a head coach for the Spurs, yes.
Okay.
I think
Because she's already been offered other head coaching positions
Yeah.
and she's turned them down.
she'll be our first NBA
I think so
head
too.
coach,
Yeah,
female.
without a doubt.
She'll be our first
Yeah.
NBA female head coach.
I think so too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We do have, the Black Lives Matter and how it's affecting the NBA as well, and as well as what we've already talked about with the NFL. I know they approved like the custom nameplates for players, and I know that there's been okay, so that's kind of been the general feeling that I've been getting from most people is that it is like dumb and people are not a fan of it. I know Jimmy Butler wanted to have no nameplate on his
Right.
jersey because he said that if he wasn't in the NFL, he would just be like another black dude.
Right.
And I actually thought that was like the most powerful message
Yeah.
out of
So,
anything the NBA approved.
and that's the problem. They first said, we don't know about the messages, maybe not. Then they said, all right, y'all can have them.
Right.
Then Tuesday later they said, you can only have these ones right here, though.
Right.
So how is that people really getting across their message then
No.
if they have to pick from a preset fucking
Right.
list?
And
Like,
I know
that's
LeBron
fucking
is like the
stupid.
biggest advocate of
LeBron
that.
was immediately like,
He's like,
I
no,
won't
fuck
wear a
that.
message then. And now
Right.
everybody's like, oh, LeBron won't wear one. Is he really? Yeah, he's really fucking supporting us. He just don't want to wear that stupid ass, I got to pick out a 50 thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
no.
let me wear what I want to wear.
Let me wear what I want to put
As
on
long
my
as it's
shit.
not like profanity or anything, but y'all can always decline a recommendation.
Like,
yeah.
and so since it's that big a deal, then Black Lives don't really matter, I guess. And then fuck it. Then
Well,
I'll
they
just wear
matter
my fucking
within our
number with my name.
parameters.
Right.
Yeah.
They matter. within-
like this way.
within this track.
Like,
Like
yikes.
exactly, bro. Like what the fuck?
I feel that.
I actually hate the movement of all these leagues saying it's Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Like this shit is just a lifestyle, bro, that black people fucking just live with. And I don't think we need to. I mean, we can announce it all we want to. Like I said, the only thing that's gonna happen out of it is maybe it stops happening a little quicker.
Sure.
But it's still about to take like a fucking decade or two. Like
I think it's much more prevalent in the NBA than it is in the NFL. Like in the NFL, it's a big deal too, but like
It's not.
I just think the culture in the NBA is like a lot different.
It's just insane, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool for sports to involve and get into it and shit, but it's not about people treating y'all like that in sports. It's outside shit that it's a problem with.
A little bit. But the thing is that like it still affects a lot of the people that are in the sports that we care about.
Of course.
I know like a lot of other people watch sports for the same reason we watch sports is to get away from a lot of that bullshit. But I feel like this is one of those things that like just can't be ignored, which is why we're talking about it now. Because I would prefer to just not talk about it.
So we could talk about it, but will it stop? That's the biggest problem with it.
We'll see.
We can talk about it, right?
Sure.
But then if nothing happens, then why the fuck were you talking about it then? Like,
we'll see. People keep talking about it, though.
And I think that's what's making it weird now. More people are starting to talk about it, which is the cool part.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. Like I said, we got to see some shit happen from it.
I feel.
If we just all talk about it and do this whole BLM, this could just be another fucking phase. Like,
right.
WCW.
Uh-huh.
Like, Crush Wednesday or... It could just be something
You're
that comes
comparing
in and goes the fuck
That's
out.
nuts.
Bro, I'm just being real, bro.
Sure.
It sounds fucking hella crazy, but BLM what?
That's true.
For the rest of fucking
it's like
COVID.
It's just like a slogan, is what you're saying.
For the time being.
Right. It's glamorous.
Next year, will it still be BLM everywhere? It probably won't be. It'll be something fucking else. Like,
I feel.
Right. So I don't know, bro. I just got to see, I guess, how it goes. But
I got you.
Yeah, it's tricky.
All right. Well, last thing we'll kind of wrap up here. This is kind of a question for the NBA and the NFL. I kind of wanted us to make some recommendations on bandwagons that'd be worth jumping on this season.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I'll start with some NBA. I mean, some NFL teams.
Yeah.
I think Arizona.
I'm probably gonna agree with you.
I think Arizona is a really big bandwagon to jump on this year.
That's super.
They kept Kenyon Drake. Kyler Murray he looks good. They got DeAndre Hopkins. Like they got a squad.
And Fitzgerald never looked like he was getting old anyway.
Dude.
So
it's DeAndre Hopkins and Fitzgerald, like arguably two of the most prolific pass catchers like ever.
You can
like
only double one.
Yes, but like what I'm getting at is like just like in catch radius, like they both catch everything. Like it's so nuts. So anyone out there that's looking for a team, Arizona's going to be awesome for like a while.
They're going to be smacky. We're just going to hope, right? Kyler can get the ball.
He's going to be good enough. He's got enough talent around him.
That's what we're going to say. We can say the same thing about Baker, right?
He's better than Baker.
Or Dak, right?
He's better than Dak. Unquestionably.
I mean, I guess we see, right?
We'll see.
I guess we'll see.
We'll see, bro.
He could end up just like him.
He could. I doubt it.
The whole squad not doing shit.
He could. I doubt it.
I mean,
you're right. Not. He could.
But
he could. Who else? Who else is a good team to jump on?
In the NFL?
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I think that as much people that
Denver.
hate it.
Denver's a great team to jump on right now.
Denver will be okay.
Yeah.
Denver will be okay.
They got a squad.
Yeah.
I mean, they did just win the Super Bowl 50, which was like kind of recent, but let's be honest, since then they've kind of been a shit team. Carolina could be a good bandwagon to jump on right now. Now that they got a quarterback.
I think people will still bandwagon New England. I ain't gonna lie.
Here's the thing, though. I'm talking new bandwagons to jump on.
So not just like
like a new team that's gone through some changes, that's getting ready to pop off a little bit. I think even Cincinnati might be a good bandwagon to jump on now they got Joey Burrow.
Burrow go hard. I mean,
he's got to show up though.
Those sound legit.
What about the NBA? What are some good NBA bandwagons to jump on right now?
So there aren't any to jump on now until we start
new ones anyways.
Moving outside of the bubble. But of course, everybody right now should probably either be with Lakers, Clippers, Milwaukee. Outside of that, I don't. Maybe Boston. There are really no other teams that you can imagine.
So you think they're in a league of their own? Like you don't think anybody else?
I do. Now I think that other teams are like a piece or two away. Like they said, if Oladipo could possibly go to Dallas.
Dude, if Oladipo goes to Dallas, they're like a contender.
And Luka.
Yo.
That could be pretty nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that'd be pretty nutty.
After the bubble moves happen, like they kind of say, even if they're wrong, there will still be moves that happen after the bubble that could put teams differently. But right now, there's only about 3 or 4 teams in the NBA that probably won't. It'll just be those.
Sure.
Those 3 or 4 win, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, the episode's already kind of running on a little long, so we're gonna kind of skip over these next couple topics just a little bit, pretty quick. I'll go into further detail about some of this stuff next week, but we are going to be covering World's Strongest Man in UFC as well. I'm going to give just one announcement in regards to World's Strongest Man this week. We'll talk more in depth about it next week when we have a little bit more time. But the biggest, most important thing about World's Strongest Man is that it has been postponed this year. It was postponed from earlier this year to November. We have our qualifiers starting on November 11th through the 12th, and then the final events are going to be from the 14th through the 15th. So that is coming up. There hasn't been any signs of it not going through. The Strongman Arnold Classic just happened, and we've already seen some other Strongman competitions being completed as well. So that all appears to be going on track.
Right.
They are social distancing. Lifting competitions are a little easier because they're already doing them individually anyways.
Right.
So I think all that's going to happen on time. That is something to look forward to. We'll talk more about that next week. I do have a lot of stuff to talk about there, but again, we're not trying to have a 5-hour episode. We did watch the UFC debut of Fight Island. Got some stuff we'll talk about there. Just a couple of reactions.
Disappointment.
You didn't like it?
No.
Well, you weren't even there for the whole thing.
I wasn't.
But
most of it, I just was more disappointed with Masvidal's performance. It was last minute, but still, nevertheless.
Well, yeah, that was kind of my thing. I think everyone kind of assumed that Usman was going to win from the very beginning, just because Jorge Masvidal only had 2 weeks worth of notice.
Right.
Now I know Masvidal comes off to me as the type of guy that does stay in shape, but it's not fighting shape. You know what I mean? You got to have a full camp, especially if you're going for a belt. Yeah. But he's never had a belt opportunity, so I understand him wanting to be a part of it. And you do got to give him some credit. He did go the distance. Yeah. But he lost, and it was pretty one-sided.
As fuck.
Jose Aldo also got pretty fucked up. It was pretty one-sided the whole time. He got beat pretty bad. There was a women's fight, Jessica Andrade versus Rose Namajuanas. Rose got the dub, but she was busted as fuck. That was that girl that was fucked up, dude. She won that bitch, bro. She won that bitch. She definitely earned her dub for sure. She got beat to shit, dude. Real talk. Real talk. There was a preliminary fight that I actually was nuts. It was Santos versus Bogativ. They had 4 time stoppages because Bogativ poked Santos in the eye. He threw an illegal knee to the face, and he hit Santos in the dick twice, which is fucked. It was so there was so much bullshit going on that the ref he was close to stopping the fight, but he was looking at him what the fuck, dude? What are you doing? I can't think of any fight where a dude gets hit in the dick twice, dude. Fuck. So that was fucked. He had 2 points deducted, and Santos won the fight, as he should have. Right. Bogativ did look like he fought better, but you can't win with all that bullshit. It's just not going to happen. And they were both undefeated going into the fight, so there's really no excuse for it. So Bogativ looking a little sketch. I don't really fuck with that. And then there was the Enricani versus Henry fight. Henry got put to sleep in 3.5 minutes, and it was what they call a python lock, where it's a headlock where you put him to sleep, but you don't. I just learned what it is. You don't. It's not around the neck. You have an arm on one side of the neck and the arm up, and you literally just squeeze them so much that they pass out. Yeah. Yeah. And he's the first guy in history to have 2 of those.
Oh, that's
that was his second one he's ever done. No one's ever done that before. That's nasty. So he was literally put to sleep. The ref picked up his arm and he was limp and he was just out. He was gone. Yeah, dude. So that was pretty nuts. That was really cool. There were 2 new world record hot dog eating contest records set.
I saw that bullshit.
Both in the men's and women's division. Joey Chestnut set the record at 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Joey.
Yeah, boy, Joey Chestnut out here bringing it home for the dudes.
Yeah.
And we got Mickey Soto with 48.5 hot dogs in 10 minutes for the women.
10 minutes, bro.
10 minutes, bro.
Shit.
Dude, I can eat 2 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
5 hot dogs a minute, bro.
Well, Joey Chestnut's 75.
So, that's okay. But
what the fuck does that mean?
All right, again, I'm not trying to be sexist,
but
okay?
It's eating, though. I feel bro, that's pretty
do you know what
even.
Chick that can eat 5 hot dogs per minute in 10 minutes?
I don't know anyone who can do that.
I can probably find a dude who can
for 10 minutes
hot dogs in the rate that Joey did, just not as long. I will not find one girl that will eat more than one fucking hot dog. And if y'all can, let us fucking know so we can get y'all on this fucking show to do that
You're
shit.
funny, man.
Like,
That'd be pretty great. I'd love that.
Bro.
That'd be awesome.
A chick will not eat a hot dog in 1 fucking minute. She
That'd
did
be cool.
5 a minute, dude.
That'd be cool.
Fuck. Or at least like 4.5. Like that's
Right.
fucking insane.
I feel. Okay. All right. So
shit.
we have a lot of topics that we want to talk about that we would normally wrap the show up with in regards to like non-sports talk related. We have a lot of non-sports topics that we want to talk about, but this episode's looking like it's going to be close to 3.5 hours. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking we just have a couple of topics that I have here, and then we'll catch up on it next week.
Yeah, I'm with that.
This is kind of just an opportunity for us to talk, just hang out. Anyone that's only here for the sports can just dip out. That's fine. Couple of things here. One big thing for me that I wanted to, that I thought of recently was game shows, particularly.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was this guy talking about game shows, and it got me thinking a little bit about how like lame game shows are becoming, and like they're all the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like they're all these like super sappy people with like a sad story, and they all win money, and it's like the same, like rinse and repeat. You know what I mean?
Right.
I thought it would be electric as fuck if they started getting personalities on game shows that are not sympathetic at all. Like, I want a dude to go on Deal or No Deal that straight up says he's gonna like get hookers and get a bunch of coke with his winnings. Like, I think we need a new wave of personalities of dudes or women, like anybody who like don't give a fuck.
It'd be valid.
Like,
though.
they're gonna come out and they're like, I'm about to win a bunch of money and I'm gonna throw a party and it's gonna be sick.
Right.
And then they can make that their next promo.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be so much more hype. I'd be like, this dude is about to have like the best night of his fucking life. Like, let's go. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be so fun. And I feel like it'd be an easy way to still have a lot of the same game shows, but also, you know, spice things up a little bit. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be fire as hell.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. This, I don't know why I've been seeing this more and more. Do you return your shopping cart when you're done shopping, or are you a piece of shit?
No, I'm actually a fucking legit dude. And the people that leave them out in the middle of the fucking
Dead
parking
ass.
lot and parking spaces
Dead
and
ass.
shit, y'all can suck a dick.
Yeah, all of
Don't
you.
put it back in the fucking cart. They're like right there.
Right.
Like, you can walk and do that
Right.
shit, man. Like, come on. Bro.
Right. I very much agree.
The fuck?
This seems to be a bigger and bigger topic amongst people, and I needed to get your 2 cents on that without a doubt.
Well, I mean, like, how shitty do you have to be to just leave it right
Well,
there?
you want to know what my move is? I just park near where you put the carts away.
Right.
And then I just walk a little further to the entrance. Like,
I mean, what
like
the
just
fuck?
park. But I feel like a lot of people like want it both ways. Like, they don't have to walk far to the to the store and then also like not put their cart away, which
Right.
like is some bullshit. I judge those people super hard.
On that topic, I judge motherfuckers that look for their very first upfront fucking spot in front of the building instead of just parking somewhere. Like,
Well, I mean, my
Come
point.
on,
Yeah,
man.
well, I mean, if you're that person but you still put your cart away, like, I don't really give a shit about
I
that.
still think you're shitty for parking in the front. Park in the fucking back and walk from the back to the front. What else do you do other than other exercise than that?
Especially
You know,
during
get your
Corona.
fucking
Yeah,
cardio in,
that's a
man.
good point. I respect that.
Come on, man. No, wait, we need to find one in the front. No, the fuck we don't. Park right there, bro. The walk is not that
I don't want to get into any kind of conspiracy theories right now
Yeah,
because
let's
I know
do
no, I don't think we have enough time.
Let's
I think we
do
should
it.
do it next week.
Yeah, we can.
I think we should wait
can
next
we
week
can
because
cycle
like we're
back.
gonna have a lot to talk about.
You know I'm about to smash this shit, bro.
Yeah,
You know I be
so
into
so
that
we'll
shit.
we'll kind of dive into some crazy shit next week as far
Yeah.
as like some stuff we got going on. Oh, this was one thing I wanted to talk about. We'll finish with this. Disney opened back up, which I think
I
is
saw that.
absolutely fucking insane. And not only did they open up, like the people that are going there don't give a fuck.
Of course not.
And the reason why I say this is because Disney just had to correct a loophole for people not wearing masks in the park because a bunch of people were walking around with food in their hands saying that they were eating while they were walking, which justified them not wearing masks. So Disney literally had to ban walking and eating in their park because all these stooges are walking around without their masks on, spreading their fucking COVID
Well, I mean,
to everybody.
so first of all, right, depending on what you're eating, I mean, you should sit the fuck down anyway.
For the most
unless
part,
you got, like,
the
a
only thing I
fucking-
can think of is like a turkey leg or
if you got,
something,
like, a
and
corn
even
dog,
that, like that's like
I
gross.
say like a corn dog. You know, like
that's
you can
respectful. I respect
just,
that. Yeah,
you know, but like, bro,
but dude, you already know people are walking around with like a bowl of fucking
chicken
like
and ribs and fucking.
Well, no. Well, what
rice
I'm getting at
and-
is like they're probably walking around with something that like they're not even eating. Is what like it's a real loophole. Like I think people are just doing it to
And
not
they're
wear their
just
masks.
wanting to not
Now,
wear
obviously,
one.
there are some people that walk around and eat. Like if you got like some funnel cake or something or
Dicks.
whatever. Like I get it, but
Dicks.
I think a lot of these people are just trying to not wear their masks, and everyone
I've
needs to
never
just wear their
been.
fucking masks.
I've never been.
Huh?
I've never been.
To Disney?
Yeah.
I haven't either, and I have no desire to go. It does not seem like a place I would enjoy going to.
I think I would
However,
go. I
I
like
would
roller
fuck with
coasters.
Universal Studios. I think that would be way cooler.
I would do both. I like roller coasters, so
Yeah, but like 90% of the time you spend there, you're waiting in lines.
I don't give a shit.
And there's a fuckload of kids there, and kids fucking suck.
That's fine. Kids can suck.
Well, I guess you got kids, so
I do got kids. They suck a little bit, but I love mine. They're great. They're awesome. But
I feel.
yeah, I would do. No, Orlando Studio would definitely have to get hit, like Universal Studios in Orlando.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Sure.
And in conjunction with that, like there was an amusement park that opened up like in Japan, and they're requiring them to wear masks like when they go on the rides and stuff, and they're banning them from screaming on the rides. And it's saying like you have to keep your mouths closed,
So
and they're
how
telling
the fuck?
yeah, and they're telling all the people that go to scream on the
Oh my
inside is
gosh.
what they're saying. Yeah. I just thought that was really like I feel like that's just like a mood for a lot of people on a regular basis.
Bro.
So I thought that was funny. I just wanted to bring that
That
up.
shit is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. All right. Well, that kind of wraps things up here. We got a couple
shit.
things we had to gloss over just for time purposes. We're already over our time anyways.
We are fucking far in.
Yeah, but we're super stoked. It's our first episode, so I hope y'all enjoy. We're gonna be back next week. We're gonna be posting on the same day every week. We're not sure what day it's gonna go up yet, but I mean, if you're listening to this, it's obviously already out.
right.
And again, that's Damien. I'm Heston. We're definitely not experts, and y'all will be hearing from us in a week. Deuces.
Be easy.